Good evening, good evening, good evening. Statman AJT here, the young disciple, Damo, my main man, my brother, Hollywood Mike. What's the word, man?
Yeah.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man?
Ain't, ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. You know what I'm
Listen, man,
saying?
Mike got his stuff done today. Y'all hear that? Can y'all hear me?
I get you.
Okay. Um, Mike got his admin stuff done early. Let's work, y'all.
Yeah, a little something, man. I'm just waiting on y'all, fellas. Everything good. You know what I'm saying? Dama, what you doing, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you?
That's what it is, man. Everything is all good. What's up, fellas? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Let me see what my thing's saying. Oh, Dama, you got something up here? Okay, we good. What's up? What we gonna do, man?
God.
Mm. Yes, sir. Yes,
Shout out,
sir. Yes, sir.
shout out to God, man. Shout out to Bree, my baby, my mom, all the people who like, subscribe, share. Um, peace and love to everybody, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us, man. We appreciate and love each and every one of y'all. We got a packed show tonight. A lot of stuff to talk about. And we're even introducing a new segment tonight. I'll let Mike speak on that. We're gonna give Young
Oh,
Damo his own segment tonight. Thanks to
you go
Mike.
ahead. You
Get
go ahead, stat. No, you go ahead. You go ahead, stats, because you narrate. So you go ahead
okay,
and let the viewers know what they're in for tonight.
okay. Mike Mike has introduced a segment, and it's called the Damo Chamber, where Damo is going to unleash on whatever topic is chosen at that point. So we're looking forward
Love you
to a
too, bro.
great show. Go ahead with your shout outs, Mike.
Oh yeah, shout out to my kids, all of them. Shout out to the number streets, Damo, Stretch, Stats. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my girl, Shanika. Shout out, lover. Shout out to everybody, man. Everybody been tuning in, man. My two aunts, Aunt Jackie, Aunt Carol, Uncle Marlon, Aunt Alicia. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody.
What's up, Justin? Shout out to the people on Instagram too, man. Thank y'all. First time streaming, so if there's some difficulties, let us know. It only streams for an hour, so if we cut off and you're still watching at that point, just go to YouTube and you can continue to watch us. Just type in the Number Streets podcast, and you'll pick right up where you left off. Go ahead, Damo.
Hey, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my lady. Shout out to my moms, pops. Shout out to everybody who watching me. Appreciate you.
Hey, Katie, what's going on? Shout out back to Iowa. Y'all ready to get started?
Um,
Yes, sir.
did you give any shout out stats?
I did. I gave my shout outs first.
Um, we don't know nobody in Iowa. Oh, I know Caitlin Clark. That's the only one I know. I know Caitlin Clark.
That's
Other
the
than that, I
only
don't know
person
nobody.
you know, even though Katie just commented.
She might be visiting. I don't know.
Man,
Stop.
what
You
you
know,
drinking,
I,
bro?
I don't know. I don't know nobody that's from VA that say I'm going to go to Iowa. I don't know nobody who's taking that trip. I don't know nobody taking a vacation say I want to go to Iowa. But shout out to Iowa, man. Shout out to Iowa. Okay, Kate. I don't know nobody from Iowa. I feel honored and privileged. I know somebody from Iowa. You know, shout out to Iowa.
Now we're gonna go ahead and get started. First of all, I got a video to play. Hopefully my internet works. Y'all know how that goes. Um, Mr. Ja Morant, Mike's favorite player. Ja Morant is back.
Fuck apart.
And and he came back with a bang. Got a little highlight reel video for y'all. Again, hopefully my internet works because y'all know how that goes. Mike, Damo, can y'all see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, here we go.
Per game, they average over 6 blocks a game. How about that find by Morant? Can load their defense. Pelicans quarter 3 for 21 as Ja Morant with the left hand, a little scoop for 12 of the first half. Just one made three. Morant and Zion. Here's Biombo. He drops it in. A little behind him from Valanciunas. Morant lays it in. Hands
Keep going, man.
left hand. Tony to miss. Morant with Jones on him. Morant. Contact. It goes. Morant directly traffic. Looks around the screen. Little skip pass to Williams. He's got a three.
And that's why if you're Roddy, you can't overplay on that post because he's setting you up for that.
Morant. No. Morant rises up and a finger roll to put it down. Just explosive off the bounce. Here goes Morant in the paint. Morant rises up and gives Memphis the lead. Morant's going to get ahead of steam for a chance to win it in his return. Here goes Morant. He spins. Morant scores! And the timer expires. Count the basket.
Call 12.
Call 12. Mr. Morant with the game winner and the great game back, 32 points. Start with you, Mike. What you think about Ja Morant's return?
What's interesting is that I was watching the game and you had commented that it was a shit show earlier on in the game.
Hey, Alicia.
And so I watched the game and Ja was attacking early. The game was sloppy. I thought the Pelicans was going to win in a landslide, and because you looked at the first half, Brandon Ingram had it going, McCollum had it going, Herb Jones had it going. It was just like, but then Ja like things, and Ja took over. He gave that team a boost of energy. So I love what I saw from Ja, and I'm talking about way to bounce back. Now he's fresher than everybody, of course, but I love what I saw from him, and I think you're going to see more and more of that as the season goes on, as he really gets his legs up under him. And even their coach has stated that he didn't run a whole lot of plays; he just let Ja run free. And I give him an A+ last night. He didn't make any of his threes, but he attacked the basket. Playmaking was second to none, and they needed that, and that was a good one against a quality team. So yeah, man, hats off to Ja, and like I said, I expect much more of that. You know, to continue throughout the whole season, and they were 6-19, they're 7-19 now. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think with Ja, they're gonna make the playoffs, man. Ja's on a mission, so love what I saw last night.
Damo.
Man, when that first game first cut on, I actually turned it off because it got bad, and so I had watched the movie, and once the movie was over, I caught pretty much most of the second half. So all of a sudden, Ja came alive. And it was kind of curtains from there. They started surging. And it was downhill for New Orleans from there.
Mhm.
But it's good to see him back, man. I'm glad to see him back. You know, it looks like he's in full effect, and I can see him averaging 30 a game this year, and 7, 8 assists. Like he looks really well. Now he is fresher than everybody else. But I mean, we only 20 games in, 20, 25 games in. So he looked good, man. He looked real good. Unfortunately, he's probably not going to be able to make any of the all NBA teams. I don't think he's going to be able to play enough games, if I'm not mistaken. But he looked really good, man. He looked really good. Hopefully
For
they
Mem-
get the playoffs.
for Memphis, we asked the question in the chat, and I'll ask y'all now. Do you think they should trade to try to bring a piece in there to help them push, or they should continue to try to build? Memphis is one of the smallest markets, if not the smallest market in the NBA. And free agents aren't going to come there. So they have to get theirs via the draft or trade. Now, Memphis, I think, is 13th in the West right now, and they're 7 back of the play-in spot. Is it worth pushing for that? Or is this just a lost season and continue to build around Ja, Bain, and Jaren Jackson Jr.?
I think that Brandon Clark and Steven Adams, are they coming back this year?
Clark will. I don't think Adams isn't.
I think if you can't win with Bain, Ja, and Morant, then you blow the team up. Because again, what you're saying is we need a piece to get us over the hump. Ja's a superstar. Triple J, say what you want about him. You say he's a defensive player of the year. That's what you need. You got Bain, who's getting some outside shooting. Brandon Clark is a serviceable big man. They got Contra, the other guy on the outside. I think it's serviceable. I think they can at least make the play-in. Don't make any moves. Let's see what John can give you this next 10, 15 games or through the month of January before you get to the trade deadline, and let's see what he can give you. That's just me.
Damo?
Stand pat.
Yeah, I say you keep it. I don't say you try to do what you can do. I wouldn't try to make any moves or anything like that. Keep the team how it is for now. And I mean, if you can surge and make a push and make the playoffs, then you make the playoffs. If not, if things just go downhill, they go downhill. I mean, you're 25 games in the hole pretty much. So
yeah.
I mean, at this point, I mean, what do you expect? It's very hard to go from 6-19 to in the playoffs like that.
Right.
It's nothing you can really do about that. You just got to play the cards you dealt at this point. Maybe if they do, end up having a record to where they're gonna get like a lottery pick or something like that, then maybe you trade the pick for some good assets or a good asset get back. At some point next season, and then you build off of that. But right now, I mean, I say you see what you got.
I'm with y'all, and again, I don't think that. For me, I don't think that this team is good enough and was just a job away from being a championship team. They need Adams, they need Clark. I honestly think that they need a wing. That's just my opinion. And I know a lot of people would never thought they would hear this, but like they miss Dylan Brooks. They miss Dylan Brooks and what he brought to them. Now, Dylan Brooks has been shooting a lot better than he normally does. But they miss his defensive presence. They miss that. So I agree with y'all, Stan Pat.
That's kind of blasphemous stats though, and slick. You're saying that they miss Dylan Brooks when are you saying they missed Dylan Brooks when John was out 25 games? Because again, Dylan Brooks, they would have been the same boat with Dylan Brooks in the lineup, even if John was suspended.
Yeah, they might.
I think they would have won a few more.
They might actually have 4 wins right now instead of.
There you go. Like stop. Let's stop this stuff. They would have been in the same boat. You acting like Dylan Brooks is this game changer. Like stop.
He's a defensive game changer from the wing. We can't act like he ain't that now.
As you overcalibrate.
Stop it.
I don't understand why y'all don't like Dylan Brooks. I don't understand it.
Not good, man.
I don't understand it. Okay, next topic, Damo. We giving this to you first. The Golden State Warriors. They come back and they beat the Celtics at one point. I think when I saw it, I think they were down. Jaylen Brown hit the and one. It was like 83-70.
Yep.
Right.
And then that's when Jaylen Brown hit the too small on Steph Curry.
Yeah, that was real disrespectful. He paid for that.
And then 30 they missed Smart too. I forgot about him. Thank you, Big Mike. What's going on? And Steph goes off. Steph does what Steph does. Hit the dagger, rainbow over Derek White, 4-point win. Jason Tatum, I think he sprained his ankle or was playing with a sprained ankle. What you think about this comeback, man?
Hey, man, I was down during that game. At one point, I was like, man, it's not looking good. And then on top of that, Steph was in foul trouble. So I didn't know how much he was going to play at that point. So, we started out the game. We hung with him pretty much. I think we were down 3 at half, which I was okay with. And then we came out and, they kind of went on a run. I think Steph had 3 fouls at the half. And then
he had 5 throughout that whole.
Yeah, five fouls in the first quarter in overtime.
Yep.
So he had picked up a quick foul in the third as well. So, but the bench, they maintained. We made some runs. We got back. We inched back, and then 30 happened. Like I said earlier, as long as I got 30, I fear nothing. I fear nothing.
No.
But also, I think this is good for us. We won like 3 in a row. So, hopefully we can, keep it up. And nobody's talking about it. And I think that we should, shed some light on this because we've been pretty hard on him. Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
Played really well the last 4 or 5 games. So I like what I'm seeing from him.
Yep.
I'm seeing, flashes of somewhat of the old Klay. I won't go that far, but he looks really good, man. And I think he's taking good shots. He's taking the shots in the flow. He's not forcing anything for the most part. He's making the right passes when he needs to. Like he's just letting it come to him. He's not forcing it. So, and I think at this stage in his career, that's what he's gonna have to do. He's gonna take some crazy shots. He's gonna make some crazy shots, but before the injuries and stuff, he could kind of press a little bit more. Mm-hmm. But now, when he does that, it looks really bad. So I think at this stage in his career, the way he's playing now, the way he's letting it just come to him, I think that's gonna be the most beneficial for him. So I just wanted to say that because I know we were real hard on him, and I think nobody talking about it a lot. So shout out to Klay, man. Shout out to Klay. Shout out to Brandon. What's the guy's name? Jackson Davis, player of the game.
Yes, Trace Jackson Davis. Yep, Trace Jackson Davis.
He was great.
Yep.
He wasn't in the rotation a week ago.
Yep.
Great. He was really good.
Mike, go ahead.
So this harkens back to Boston Golden State Finals.
It did.
And this is when I'm watching the game with Stats and Stretch, and they're telling me all these things that Boston is doing, and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and I'm like, they got 30.
What's up, Jordan Hunt?
And I said they got 30, and I've always felt like as long as Steph is on the team, and I echo what Dom was saying, if you got Steph on the team, you got a chance in every single game, especially in games that's really going to matter. And particularly last night, Steph was outstanding. Jackson Davis was pretty good last night. Klay has been playing pretty well. But I'm gonna say this, man, and I'm gonna say it right here. Everybody knows that I love Magic Johnson. Everybody knows I love LeBron. And again, and I may be jumping the gun, Stats. I know you narrating tonight. Steph is at that table. He's at that table.
He's at the table.
No, I got y'all. He's at that table, and I'm gonna tell you what that table. He's at that table right now. And somebody that's at the table, we telling them they got to leave now. We telling somebody else they got to leave. And the person that got to leave off that table, is he was born in Italy. He got to get up off the table. He was born in Italy. He spent all the time in LA. He got to get up out of here now. Because you gonna either make room for Steph or you got to get up at the table. Steph is that guy. Well, and we're gonna get into that a little bit. We're gonna get into that.
The only question that I will have.
I'm tired of shit. I'm tired of this shit, though.
Yeah, bring it. Yeah, that's what we want to bring
it. Steph is at the table. He's at the table.
Here's my issue, and I'm not gonna delve into it because we are gonna get into it. How is he kicking Kobe out of the table when Kobe ain't even at the table?
Well, According to some people, he is at the table.
Okay, all right. I was just
That's,
asking.
you know, that's fair.
just
That's fair. Damo, what do you think? Have you heard the same thing, Damo? People trying to put Kobe at the table.
Yeah.
I've heard it.
Okay, all right. From the Celtics perspective, are you demoralized about losing that lead? Now, look, leads get blown all the time in today's NBA, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your perspective. Like, if you're the Celtics, are you demoralized by that, or is, you know, just one of them things that happened and you lost to the greatness of Steph Curry and the Warriors?
Well, why would they be demoralized? This is the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry we talking about.
Oh God.
There's no shame. There's no shame in losing to them. There's no shame in losing to them. You lost the game. It's all right. I'm sure they're thinking the same thing. There ain't no shame in losing to Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. You know, our record might not be what we wanted to be right now, but we're still the Golden State Warriors.
Well, they should. They should be demoralized. They should be demoralized, Damo, because right now, I believe the Warriors have their number. You lost in the championship to them. You know, the Warriors right now this year are reeling. The Celtics, their team is better, and you still can't beat Steph. You still can't beat Steph. So if I'm the Celtics, yeah, I'm a little demoralized right now. I'm a little demoralized. I am, seriously. Can't beat them.
Steph owns all the best players.
Stop.
As far as beating them. He owns LeBron. He owns KD.
Here we go.
He owns Tatum. He owns.
He don't own LeBron. Yeah, you want to
None
find LeBron.
None of them have a winning record in a series versus Stephen Curry. LeBron James.
Why does Steph go all the way to the Hamptons to the tip of New York to go get KD?
Hey,
that's all I want to know.
Hey,
that's all I want to know.
Four.
Answer me that.
Three of them against LeBron.
Hold on. See, you make me go against Steph, and I don't want to do that.
I'm not. I'm just telling you, bro. He owns all these guys. Check the numbers. Look at the records. It's a fact.
Well, I think the issue with that premise is that in any series that Steph played against LeBron, LeBron was clearly the better player. All 4 series. There is no argument. You can. It's very hard to key. What's up? It's very hard to debate that Steph was better in any of those series.
Put up numbers. That's wonderful. I deal in end result as well.
No, when it's convenient.
I deal in end result.
When it's convenient, and that's fine too. I understand Steph's your guy, but we can't say he owns these guys when there was arguably a better player on the team.
Hey, well, he owns KD too. If that makes y'all feel any better, I didn't just say LeBron. I know LeBron is the trigger word for y'all. I know that's to be the trigger. Because I named like 4 other guys, and the only thing y'all say, well, you don't know if he owns LeBron. I don't know if he owns LeBron.
I don't think he owns any. I don't think he owns any of them. I don't personally. I don't.
He's got their number.
He owns KD and Westbrook. Let's be honest.
Well, if he owns KD and Westbrook, he damn sure owns LeBron.
LeBron being so hold on. So here's my point. Mm-hmm. KD, after being up 3-1. He called Steph. They got together. LeBron was down 3-1 and said, "I'm going to do it by myself." Thanos activated.
Now he did it by himself. But like Kyrie,
I mean, Kyrie hit a little shot.
Yeah, little shot. Okay, the shot hurt around the world. If you don't have Kyrie, you don't win the series. But
that's true. That's neither. You have KD. You have KD. You won't beat LeBron again next year.
I don't know about that, man. If they don't suspend Draymond, we're not having this conversation. But
well, maybe you might be right.
Free Draymond Green, man. Free Dre, man. Free my guy.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So yeah, we definitely not getting on the Draymond stuff. So that was a good win for the Warriors. Now I'm about to make Mike really mad. The Los Angeles Clippers and the Milwaukee Bucks. Mr. Scott. The Bucks are, I think, 13-3 in their last 6 games. The Clippers They won last night, right? Didn't they play and they won? If I'm not mistaken.
You
If
said
so,
they're
they
13-3.
won 8 straight.
Yeah, I know they won 8 straight. I don't know if they played last night.
Okay, well, they won 8 straight. James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. Well, let me reverse that order. Kawhi Leonard.
Clippers won 8 straight. Clippers won 8 straight.
Right. Kawhi Leonard and James Harden have been the catalyst for the Clippers.
Stop.
Dame
So
Dame has picked it up for the Bucks a lot. What are y'all thoughts on both of these teams? Mike, we're gonna start with you and the Clippers. And y'all in the comments, please put y'all thoughts.
See, this is what I don't like what you do, right? So you want to sit here and say, oh, the Clippers, Kawhi, and Harden. Now, Harden played well last night, right? Or the night before last. He played well. He had TJ McConnell on him. I just want to put that out there. TJ McConnell was guarding James Harden. Right? So I just want to put that out there. Are the Clippers playing well? Absolutely 8 straight games. But that got a lot more to do with Kawhi. If you look at James Harden, which stats will fail to tell you, his numbers are rather pedestrian. It's a roller coaster. What me and Damo said at the Hampton game, Alpengeist. It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. There's nothing consistent with James Harden's game. He had a pretty good game. James Harden at this stage of his career is a jag. Just a guy. Now, he's playing well.
Can you tell us what those numbers are? You said they're pedestrian. You mind telling us?
Oh, 17-4 and 7.
Can you tell us the efficiency numbers?
No. Oh, okay. He's shooting 48% from the field. But he's now James Harden.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I'm gonna
let you have the floor. Can I get the floor? Can I get the floor?
Okay, I was just wanted all context. That's all. My bad. I'm sorry.
So as Stats will always say, when he talks about efficiency dropping and all of this and the other, James Harden is a 25, 6, and 7 guy for his career. That's his numbers. He is down to, again, 17, 4, and 7. But Stats want the people to believe that he's this all-star caliber player, and he is contributing to what the Clippers are doing. Now, again, he played well the other night. But the Clippers are going to go as far as Kawhi takes them and PG takes them. And they're winning in spite of their coach. Tyronn Lue, I don't have a clue. Because I can't stand him.
I just want to add the context. James Harden is his true shooting percentage is 67 right now. I just want to point that out. I just want to point it out.
You need to be in the Damo chamber. You need to be in the Damo chamber tonight.
Thank you, Kiki. And this is again, this is where we have to understand nuance in basketball. Right?
No. Hold, let me answer Kiki. Kiki, I get that. But when you watch James Harden, which I've watched 95% of the NBA games, if you watch James Harden,
stop lying. Stop lying.
I do. 95. If you look at James Harden he looks just like a jag. When you look at him, it's like, okay, he's a difference maker. He's not. When I watch Denver, Nikola Jokic is the guy. But when I see Jamal Murray out there, oh, he's a 1B. He may not be a 1B, but he plays like a 1B. He plays like a 1B. When I watch Embiid,
not in the regular season, he doesn't. Not in the
regular season. But we only talk about the regular season. When you see Embiid play, definitely a 1A. I see Maxey. Maxey look like a 1B too. I don't see that from Harden. Well, and it's funny that you hold on. And it's funny, Stats, that you said Kawhi and you said Harden. You ain't say nothing about Paul George. You see, it's a recency bias. Harden have a good game, you forget about Paul George. But Carmen gonna bite you in the ass though. So Damo, remember this conversation. But I'm gonna let you have it.
Harden. Thank you, Jamal. I don't know how he watches.
Jamal, I do. I got
the NBA game.
I got the ticker going, baby. I got the ticker going.
League pass.
James Harden has. I think he's at 17, 7, and 4 with 71 true shooting. Over the past 8 or 10 games or so. So, and the Clippers have won 8 straight. So he's been balling. I just wanted to point that out. So
balling. He's not balling.
So
He's not.
right now they're beating the Mavericks by 10. James Harden on the season is shooting 87 from the free throw line, and right now he's shooting 44% from three. I just wanted to point that out before Damo goes. His efficiency is through the roof. This will be a career high efficiency season for him. But I know Mike doesn't care about efficiency. So go ahead, Damo.
Hold on, before you go, Damo. Can you tell? So let me ask you a question. I just want the viewers to understand this. As far as true shooting percentage goes, for people who do not understand it, if you go for 2 for 20 from the field, but 21 from the line, is it possible for you to have an above average true shooting percentage?
Yes.
Is it possible?
Yes.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Damo. The defense rests. Go ahead, Damo. I'm done. But go ahead, Damo. Go ahead.
So I think it's important that we add context to the efficiency thing, though. He is very efficient this year. However, he's only shooting like 10 shots a game. Like, I mean, come on. Come on, stats. I can't let you do that, bro. I can't let you do that. He's shooting 48% on 10.5 shots a game. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Like, I mean, come on, man. We gotta stop this, bro. We gotta stop. But he's playing well.
Thank you.
Though. He's playing well.
Thank you.
He's having a really good stretch, playing a good stretch of basketball. You know, over the past.
You an all-star, Damo?
6 or 7 games. No way. Okay. No way. Not in the West.
There's
no way for him to get into the All-Star game out West. How? Over who? No way. But you know, the Clippers are playing really well.
Thank you, Eric. I was waiting. I was gonna say it, but you know, somebody said it.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
I mean,
what?
Here's what I don't understand. Here's what confuses me. Both of y'all play basketball. Free throws are the most efficient shots that you can get, but y'all get mad at him being able to get to the line and hit free throws.
But we know how the game is being called, though. We know how the game is being called.
But that's not James Harden's fault. If he get, it's a skill. It's a skill to get to the line. True or no? Is that a skill?
Well, let's verify that because he's only shooting 5 free throws a game.
Okay.
No. Here we go.
So again.
I'm just saying stuff if you don't know.
So no, I do know.
Not you, Eric Fogg.
Okay. But my point is that he's fit his game to be a lower usage, high efficiency guy, right? And that's part of what people wanted James Harden to do. Be able to fit around better players. That's what he's doing now, having a career high efficiency season while being their primary playmaker, getting those guys the ball. So I'm not speaking to his all-star candidacy, excuse me. I'm just speaking to him playing well. Now the Bucks and Dame Lillard.
Before you go, I just want to say I'm not saying that it's a problem what he's doing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I think before we jump the gun and start saying that, oh, this is great, we got to put it in the context of what he's actually doing. Like, it's easy to say, oh, he's having a career year efficiency's through the roof. Yeah, it is. I mean, I think a lot of these guys can shoot 5 for 10 from the field and shoot 50% from the field and make 5 out of 5 free throws. I mean, and that's good. But his playmaking is great. His assists are down and he's not like he's averaging 10, 11 assists like he has on, I would say, on lesser teams that he's been on with Philly and Brooklyn. You know, why can't he get you 10, 12 assists on this team? But go ahead, Bucks and the Bucks.
So Dame Lillard had 40 the other night, then 39, then 33, 21, 14, 24, 28, 25. He's been picking it up lately, and the Bucks have won 13 of their last 16. Are they actually getting it together now? Mr. Scott, I'll let you take this one since Dame is your favorite player.
No. So let's go through it. Let's give context, right? Because as my esteemed colleague will always tell me, competition matters. Competition matters. Let me interest you. Okay. They beat Atlanta. Atlanta ain't anything to sneeze at, Damo. Atlanta. How's Atlanta? Have we talked about Atlanta? They beat Atlanta. They beat New York. Need I say more?
Stop. New York Knicks are a good basketball team. Stop doing that.
No. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. I just stated New York is nothing to sneeze at. Indiana, they lost to Indiana when Indiana was on that roll in season tournament. They lost to Indiana. They beat Chicago. Whoop-de-doo.
Chicago has won 6 straight. Don't do that. They're playing well.
I'm going back to December 2nd.
Bro.
They beat Chicago. Chicago's a doormat. However, they did come back and beat Indiana. They beat Detroit. Detroit was rioting about 5 days ago.
Chicago's
They
9
was
and
drinking
15,
on-
by the way.
Huh?
Chicago's 9 and 15, by the way.
Okay, there you go. They beat Detroit. Detroit was riding. Houston, they beat Houston. Cameron on stole Ime girl. Hey, listen, they don't just beat they beat Houston, and they beat San Antonio. San Antonio lost 24 straight.
And so has Detroit.
So as my esteemed colleague would tell me, competition matters, and these are the victories the Bucks have had. Dame Lillard has played great, but competition matters. They beat Detroit 146 to 114. Dame Lillard had 33, 39. He had 40. Competition matters. And hey, listen, I'm not sold on the Bucks. And then and Stats, you have to also admit to this. They look very, very different. They're no longer a defensive team. They're relying on offense. And my concern with them is when you play in the playoffs, the game strengths. You need defensive stops, and they can't get you none. But go ahead, Damo.
Hey, I mean, listen, I'll give them some credit. I mean, they seem like they rounding into shape. I hope, but I'm not gonna make a huge deal of it. Like you said, they haven't beaten any really, really, really good teams. I like to see them match up against. Let's see them tomorrow night against Orlando. Orlando's pretty respectable. They're a good team in the East. So let's see how they match up against them. And then we can talk. But I give them their credit. Dame is playing well. He had a big game last night. I mean, that's really, really all I can say, man. I hopefully they're getting it together. I want to see them against some better teams as well.
Hey, Damo, the schedule guards are out. Orlando, they got New York back to back.
Yeah,
that's 2 W's. They got Brooklyn.
Cleveland
gonna be an iffy one. Indiana back to back. San Antonio, Houston, and Utah. And then in January, they get to the middle of their schedule. You got Boston, Golden State, Sacramento, and Cleveland. And then you got Choice back to back. Who are the schedule makers for them? They got Detroit back to back again.
Yo.
Who are the schedule makers for this team?
Whoever made their schedule, please, I wish they would have put the Warriors because, I mean, our schedule has been a gauntlet. I mean, it's been horrible.
When do they play? They play Golden State. They play Golden State. They play Golden State in March 6 on ESPN. I'll let you go, Stats. Go ahead.
What's up, Daryl? They've been playing well. Yes, their schedule has been more favorable, but the level of play has increased too. Like it took time for Dame and Giannis to build chemistry. And Mike, you watch 75% or 95% of the games, you tell us, but actually watching their games, they actually look better. Like they look better. Can
I stop you real quick?
Sure, you just did it anyway.
I got to before I forget. So you said their level and play increase. Okay, if Damo don't come on Sunday, and I got somebody named Wiley, a white boy named Wiley guard me, my level of play is going to increase until I see Damo. I don't know if
your level of play is going to increase because you don't really drive. I don't know that. Like Wally might be able to keep you out the paint. But again, I acknowledge that it's scheduled. Like the schedule has played a part in that. I acknowledge that for sure. what I've been looking for specifically is Dame able to get to his spots better in this offense. How is the offense moving? How is the ball moving? How are those things happening? Not just whether the shot's going or not. It's more about, does the process look better? And for them, the process has looked better, not just the results. Yes, the results are going to be like that when you're playing easier teams, if you're playing your best. But I've been looking at the process, and I think the process has been a lot better for them. So, Mike, you said you're not sold on them. Is there anything that they can do before we move on to make you sold on them?
Play defense. Now listen. I said that early in the season that I felt like they don't that without Drew Holiday, they're missing their identity on defense. And I was prophetic in that. And it's proven to be true that they have not played defense this year. You can agree that, being a basketball savant that you are, they have not played defense this year.
Well, last episode, you just told me I was a shit coach, but now I'm a basketball savant. So, yeah, you got to make up your mind. But the Bucks are the Bucks are 20th in defense right now. Some of that is Dame. Some of that is, that backcourt is just bad defensively. But honestly, some of that, again, they've been trying to play like the Toronto Raptors instead of playing like the Bucks. The problem, though, is that Dame nor Beasley, they just running the screens.
Just die.
And just die.
Still got them. Still got
just die.
That's still got
bro.
And I think he's a great shooter. I do.
Dame is so bad defensively. It's like.
But the problem is, and we know this, what Mike don't know, because Mike makes no effort to get through screens. Me and Damo would know. So, like when you get through the screens, like the way that they play, Milwaukee at their best play drop coverage, but they always had guards who could make rear view contests. So Eric Bledsoe, Drew Holiday, George Hill, guys like that who can get around picks and contest from behind. But Dame and Beasley are not good at that. So that's probably why Adrian Griffin has them playing differently. But the way he had them playing wasn't working. Like, the Bucks historically have not forced a lot of turnovers. That's a Mike Bud scheme thing. But, they got to figure it out. I agree, because think about it, Mike and Damo. They're going to be attacking those matchups. And I don't even know if Beasley's going to get a lot of minutes in the playoffs, because they're attacking him every possession. Every single possession. They're going after him. And Dame, not just Beasley, but Dame too. So
did they start Beasley? I can't remember. Is he starting at the 2?
Yes.
He gets a lot of minutes.
That's a stat. That is.
He's played well in spurts though.
I think he's actually shooting 45% from 3. So
I like
spurts. So yeah.
But that's a bad. Defensively, that's horrible. I'm not a fan of Griffin though. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't.
They miss Drew, Damo, and I told Stats earlier that, and what Stats told me was that he has rim protection behind him. That's what Stats told me. He said he didn't think it was gonna be a big deal because they got shot blockers behind them. Right now they're giving up 105 points a game.
I'm guilty too, Mike. I thought the same thing, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt like they're gonna lose the perimeter defense, but I just felt like they behind them. They got trees back there. They're good, and they're two good defensive bigs. So I felt like they'd be fine. But
I think, and Mike's not going to want to hear this before we move on. I don't think Giannis is the most versatile defender. Meaning, I don't think he could play a lot of different defensive schemes. His best is as a helper, but Adrian Griffin is using him a bit differently, and I think his defensive effectiveness has slipped because of that. It's not just Dame and Beasley, but
has Giannis won a defensive player of the year award?
Yeah.
But that's what led us to believe that Giannis don't play defense like that. He's just a helper.
I just have a question. Did anybody hear me say that Giannis doesn't play?
No. But you consistently said you're not a fan of Giannis's defense.
That's
you
not.
I've
never said that.
No, I said Stats that you would lead people to believe that you're not a fan of Giannis's
No,
defense.
no,
You
no, no, no.
always,
This,
you
this,
al-
no,
no,
this.
let me finish that. You
I
always
mean,
say that
I
Giannis
was
is a great
talking
help
first.
defender.
You cut me
On
off.
ball, pick and roll, you don't like Giannis. On pick and roll defense, you don't like Giannis. You said that.
Can I at least say what I said?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Giannis, helpers can have elite impact. That's the role LeBron played in Miami. That's the role Giannis played when Mike Bud was there. So that part is fine. When I say defensive versatility, I say he's not as good of an anchor, so he can't be your primary rim protector in the Brook Lopez, Anthony Davis role. His best defense is when he doesn't have the instincts for it. He doesn't have the instincts. He doesn't have, let me finish. He doesn't have the foot speed to guard the pick and roll out like an Anthony Davis does. He's not as quick laterally, and he can't really get through screens. Now that's most bigs outside of Bam Adebayo, but like he doesn't have that anchor instinct, and that's fine. He's good at it, but he's not great. His defensive impact drops noticeably when he has to be the anchor. So it's good that he's the helper. That's all I'm saying. That's the best role for him.
Cool.
Now, Mike, what we doing? We going to rapid fire stats calibration?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get. I got a couple here for you on this rapid fire. You know what I'm saying? Rapid fire. I need my banner. I need my banner. Here we go. Here we go. So Damo stats. I need one word. First word. Stretch. Matter of fact, Coach Stretch. His absence. Please.
Can y'all put y'all words in the comments too, please?
Coach Stretch. His absence every week. Somebody, please.
Irresponsible.
Jesus.
Huh?
Necessary.
Dismissive.
What?
Corn. I said dismissive. The next word. Corn.
Huh? Who?
What did you say?
Corn.
Mike.
Fake.
I got a word. You said what?
Fake.
Entertaining. Duke basketball.
Overrated.
Overcalibrated.
Coach K.
That's two words. What?
Okay. Krzyzewski. How about that? John Morant.
Criminal.
Oh my gosh. Stud.
Pistol.
Huh?
Pistol.
Pistol?
John Morant pistol. Yeah,
Oh.
pistol.
Stop.
New Year's Eve.
Overrated.
Drinking.
Arrest.
What?
Arrest. There's gonna be a lot of them. Likes on social media.
Oh man. Overrated.
Troublemakers.
Overrated. Here we go. Here we go. Child support.
Oh, Nope.
No,
No.
we're not doing this. We had a meeting before the show. We're not doing this, bro. We're not gonna do this.
I
We
do.
attack everything.
All right. Fuck it.
Emasculate.
Bullshit.
What you say, Damo? Emasculate?
Yeah.
You said bullshit?
Yes.
Garnishment.
Oh, okay,
I
garnishment.
got two more.
Go ahead.
Bonnets.
Stop.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh man.
Damn. Ooh, unnecessary.
What'd you say?
Yeah, that's a good one. Bonnets, and I can't remember the word. Nasty.
Oh,
Nasty.
understood.
Nasty. Last one. Crocs.
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 Ugly.
Shoes. Crocs.
Ugly.
Crocs, huh?
Nasty.
Ugly.
Nasty. Unnecessary. All right, here we go. That was it. That was it for rapid fire, man. I just had a couple on rapid fire. Stats on these here. I want you to go in, and I want you to go in to the point where we give your insight. Damo, feel free to jump in. People in the comments, feel free to jump in. The first thing, Stats. Are we over calibrated? And I need for you to hear this. Are we over calibrated on Ronald Curry's being a two-sport athlete?
You know, you just be asking me shit, and you just.
What you mean? Are we over calibrated on Ron Curry being a two-sport athlete?
No, I think we're pretty even on that. Because he was really good at both, and like all the hype and attention that he got during that time, like that was one of those you had to be there moments. So I actually think we're even on that. I do.
You care to share? I know it's a stat segment. Would you care to share?
No, I'll
okay. No, there's a stat segment. I want to make sure.
I
you know what I'm saying? Okay.
I won't get us in trouble, but yeah.
Okay. Stepdads.
I actually think we're undercalibrated on stepdads. I do. Especially the ones who are willing to like be with other women's or another man's kids. Yeah, I think we're undercalibrated on those. I really do. I think stepdads should get the ones who step in and are active. I think they should get more love than they do. But I think that's a societal thing where fathers don't get the love that they get anyway. So if the actual father ain't getting the love and he there, you know the stepdad ain't.
Okay, I like that. Here's one. Hear me out. You know, we know there's a creator in the world, right? We know that there's a creator in the world, right? That does everything. Are we over calibrated on the many different religions and gods out there? Are we over calibrated?
Yeah.
All the religions. It's like 90 religions. You know, like are we over calibrated on that?
I think we are, but I think we're over calibrated on religion in general anyway, and not God. I want to separate the two. I want to be very clear.
Absolutely.
We're not. I'm not. I don't want to speak for them. I'm not over calibrated on God. God is the head of my life. What I think that people are over calibrated on is the religion. Because I think for me, people use religion and weaponize religion to do things that they shouldn't do and make people feel guilty and start doing things in the name of God. So I think religion, the way that some people use it, is the biggest form of manipulation on the planet. I really do. And people don't know the difference. People become zealots for that stuff. So yes, I think we are over calibrated on religion. Not God, but religion. Those are two different things for me.
Right. people in the comments, please, please share. Are we overcalibrated on tipping the gratuity percentage? When you get your check, it says 18%. Are we overcalibrated on actually giving the percentage? Because me personally, you bill $90, you're getting $2. I'm sorry, that's just me. Are we overcalibrated on the percentage?
Come on, man, stop.
Okay.
As a person who has a job that relies on tips, I'm going to say undercalibrated because I don't want to put bad juju in the world. I need all the tips that I can get.
Got you, brother.
I don't like the fact that sometimes 18% is a lot. 18% is a lot. But
It is.
I mean, but if you provide good service, I'd give more than that. But it should be based on the service that you give. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Are we overcalibrated on one night stands?
Oh God. I actually think we're even on that. Hey, live your life, have your fun. Live your life. I mean, I'm not speaking for me.
Really?
Yeah, live your life, have your fun. I ain't whatever. I am. I wouldn't necessarily do that. I wouldn't because it's too many STDs out here, and you never know. Like you never know. But if people want to do that, have your fun. Hey, I ain't judging. Live your life.
Smart.
All right. Are we overcalibrated on outside motels or hotels?
That's a thing?
Absolutely is a thing. That is 2-star. We're talking about Best Western. We're talking about La Quinta. What else, Damo? Damo probably don't know because I don't do those hotels. I do 4 or 5-star. I'm sorry. And if I'm last minute, maybe 3.5. Ramada Inn, outside hotel, no screen door, no door, just absolute, robbery. You're dead on site. like seriously. Outside motels, we got to be past that.
Yeah.
We got to be past outside motels.
Super 8,
bro.
Yeah, well, in that case, yeah, we've gotten overcalibrated, and a lot of times though, like what those hotels or motels are used for.
Right.
I don't know. Please share stats. I don't know.
I wasn't always the person I was today, and I've used some of those hotels in the past. That's all I'll say. Kurt, what's up?
One more. Let me see here. See, you know what? That's it. I was gonna go into another one, but no, that's it because it kind of. I don't know what we're going into next. I hope it's my other subject that we're going to talk about, but I don't know. You're the narrator, so you narrate.
Well, we had a few more. Do Damo. Go to Damo.
Damo's change. So this segment is, we talked about this earlier, is the Damo Chamber. Up there, stats. Stop hating. I'm just gonna give Damo a word. I gotta go back into our chat because I had one earlier, and I need Damo to go in on this one. So Damo, welcome, brother. So I need for you to go in. The word is Lori Harvey.
Man, Lori Harvey, man. I mean, that there's not much more I can say other than whore. I mean, straight up whore. I mean,
why she a whore, man?
She can't keep it at home, man. Every time I turn around, it's somebody new. I mean, what else do we call it? She's a whore.
Is she worse than Kim Kardashian?
Man, at least Kim Kardashian, married a few guys. I mean, shit. Lori Harvey just run around all willy-nilly. So, yeah, I'm going to say, yeah, she is worse than Kim Kardashian. She's on that level, close to it. I'm gonna give Lori the edge.
Stop.
You know,
I'm gonna get Lori Edge.
So Damo, so you got Lori Harvey, called her a whore. Okay. What do you rate Lori Harvey on a scale of 1 to 10? Face wise, looks.
I'm gonna give her a 9. She's a great, a solid.
You give her a 9?
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Okay. Damo. Next one. Smush Parker.
Scumbag. Fucking scumbag, man. And I'm gonna tell you why. Let the late great veteran live, man. The man is dead. I don't mind you talking about, things he did on the court, whatever. But you talking about shit on a personal level. You talking about a man, and he's not here to defend himself. Where do they do that? What type of shit is that, man? The man not here to defend himself, man. Let the man rest in peace. You still holding on to that shit, to that anger that I guess he instilled in you back in LA. You mad because he didn't talk to you. Y'all weren't friends. We don't have to be friends. We just come to work, do our jobs, and go home. I don't have to be your friend. You can't be mad at me for that. You mad at the man because he wouldn't hang out with you or have a conversation with you? Like, come on, man. I just don't understand that. Like, you mad because the man said, allegedly, he said, don't talk to me because you got accolades. But first of all, you were trying to do small talk. I'm
gonna put it up here. Keep talking, Damo.
We've been playing together this long, or however long, and we don't talk. So, and that's fine. So don't try to come up to me and make small talk. Ask me, did you catch the football game the other night? Like, no, I didn't catch the football. You don't even know if I watch football. Don't ask me that, man. One thing, I don't like small talk, bro. If you're trying to be my friend, if you're trying to build chemistry, just let me know that's what you're trying to do. Don't come up to me asking me stupid ass questions. Like, that was a stupid question. Don't do that. Like, just don't. And second of all, let's get into the on court stuff. Smush Parker, you just weren't good, man. You weren't good. Like, you were bad. You shouldn't have been in the NBA. You should not have been starting.
Stop.
You shouldn't have been starting on the Los Angeles Lakers. And then they had the nerve to talk about, you had your best years playing under Kobe Bryant, playing with Kobe Bryant, and all we get is negativity out of that. Well, would you like to hear what Smush Parker's best years were?
Yes, let's hear it.
2005, 2006. 11 points per game. 3.7 assists on 44% shooting, field goal percentage, and 36% 3-point. 3.7 assists for the starting point guard. Some point guards you are averaging 3 assists a game. Wow. A whopping 3 assists a game. Would you like to hear the second high? 2006, 2007. Yes. 11 points a game. 2.8 assists, 43% field goal percentage, 36% from 3. Not bad from 3. And then he had the nerve to preference. I was only taking. I was averaging double-digit points on only 5 to 6 shots. You took 9 shots a game. I mean, how many fucking shots do you need to score 11 points? Like, how many shots do you need to score 11 points, bro? I don't get it. Like, Smush Parker, just shut the hell up forever. Just please.
So Damo, let me ask you this. So when I read the article and I read the comments, Kobe was a bad fucking teammate. Kobe was a bad fucking teammate. So at the end of the day, I understand what you say about Smush Parker in this play, but you're a bad fucking teammate. Kobe's a bad fucking teammate. And even if Smush Parker was that bad, what about instilling confidence into your point guard? Because again, they always talk about, guys and instilling an infusion in other guys to make them better. Was Kobe a bad teammate, Damo?
Listen, man. Save all the instill confidence bullshit, bro. If you don't got it, you don't got it. That's one thing. That's one thing I don't like. You can't instill confidence in. You can have all the confidence in the world. If you don't have game, you don't have game, bro. It's that simple. Like all that shit is bullshit, man. It's a myth. Instill confidence. You gotta instill confidence. If a guy, you instill confidence in guys who have skill and who can play. That guy can't play.
So you think Smush Parker was that bad back then?
He was
05,
that
06.
bad.
I mean, 11 points a game as a point guard back then.
But
With
three assists. I
playing
can
with-
see if he was. I can see if it was like 8 or 9 assists, 7, 8 assists.
Well, they ran the triangle back then, did they? Didn't they? I think didn't they run the triangle back then?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
there's not a
point guards don't really get a lot of assists. They're supposed
right.
to be.
Like that's what I'm saying. They don't get a lot of assists when running the point guard. But I hear Damo's point though. But they don't really get a lot of opportunity to run the. I think the assist is predicated probably towards the big man, actually, the small forward or the forward.
Wait,
normally-
Kobe. Will and Kobe. Yeah, him too.
Okay, right. But I think Kobe was a horrible teammate, by the way.
Why?
But Damo, I get you though. I get you.
Smush is the only one with saying it was an overrated experience. I mean, everybody else. Why don't we take hold of it? Everybody else. Smush Parker's a piece of shit, man.
You gotta stop. You gotta
he's
stop.
a piece of shit.
You gotta-
Don't talk about
Yeah.
the man on a personal level if he's not alive. I wouldn't accept that.
I agree with
from
that.
anybody else. I don't care who it was, Smush Parker, anybody. Don't do that shit. Even when
I agree with that.
even when Gail King did it, that's going off subject, but she did it, and I don't think that was warranted, man. The man that just died, he's not here to defend himself, and you talking about rape cases and shit like
Right,
that.
I agree with that.
It's not fair to me. That's the real issue I have. I mean, fuck Smush Parker as a basketball player, but you talking about him. You talking about personal shit. Like, don't do that, bro. You get that hatred out your heart, man. The man dead.
Well,
Right.
I would say this. What's up, Kyle? I would say this. He mentioned it when Kobe was alive too, 9 years ago on Highly Questionable. That's
So
when
then let it go. Let it. You already said what you had to say. Stop repeating it, man.
I would also add to that, the only reason that people are okay with this is because it's Kobe Bryant. Like, disrespect is disrespect. And if what Smush Parker is saying is the truth, that's disrespectful. Telling the man you can't talk to him because you don't got the accolades, bro. That's a man, bro. That man is a man. Like, I don't get that. And I know that nobody, y'all wouldn't, and in the comments, nobody's letting anybody talk to y'all like that.
Yeah, Kobe was a bad teammate.
So I'm not going that far. And I think at times he was bad before, and I think he got a lot better as a teammate during the last 2 titles. I really think he evolved at that point in his career, and I give him credit for that. But it's just like, bro, that's disrespectful. If what Smush Parker is saying is true, that's disrespectful to me. That's disrespectful.
I got you. I
Maybe,
agree.
and I agree. I do agree there. I mean, if whatever he was trying to get across, he didn't have to say that because, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that talk to him that don't have accolades. So
Yeah, but I mean, Kobe, he's not here to defend himself. But I get all that. But Smush and Kobe they didn't have the perfect relationship. I can say that.
No, they didn't.
Smush has always kind of like felt wrong by Kobe in a sense. But yeah, 11 points a game is bad. I mean, well, I guess because Kobe was a superstar. He was a superstar, and you playing for a story franchise. You got an iconic player. You want the love though. You want the respect. You want the love, and
but that's
and
only
then let's be honest.
with good play, man. If you're bad, you bad, man. It doesn't matter who you play with or what.
Brian Cook was at center, bro. Come on, bro. Like they didn't really have the requisite parts on that team to be successful anyway. So it's just like Smush Parker didn't have the shooters to throw the ball to. If you remember Radmanovich, like seriously.
Well, didn't he play outside of LA?
Yeah.
Corey Blunt.
Didn't he play outside of LA?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he played in Cleveland too, actually.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Well, he didn't play that long.
Interesting.
He played where?
In Cleveland, Detroit, Phoenix. Phoenix was for 5 games.
We can't count that.
The Lakers for those 2 years.
Played overseas too, in Greece or something like that.
Yep. He was on Cleveland the year before LeBron got there. I don't think Smush Parker was a good basketball player relative to other NBA players.
That's all, man. Like that's all I'm saying, man. I'm not saying that if Smush Parker walked into the YMCA tomorrow that he wouldn't get buckets.
No, he's gonna cook everybody.
We know that, and that's cool. But I'm talking about compared to the level of play, brother, you weren't good, man. You just weren't good.
Yeah, Ramonovich was a 3-point shooter, but
I know. I
saying
didn't want to. I was trying not to embarrass your basketball knowledge tonight, like I did last.
No. What I'm saying is, who did he have to throw it to? You said he threw it to Ramonovich. That's not saying much. What did Ramonovich do for his career?
From a talent perspective, I agree with you. I didn't say those teams weren't great at all.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
What are you trying to say, though, Mike?
What I'm saying is that the team wasn't built.
Are you saying that it's the talent around him, the reasoning for him not being good?
Well, listen, Damo. If all he has to do is pass to Kobe, and this is a year coming off Shaq when Shaq left. Good luck with that shit. Good luck. Smushing Kobe after Shaq leaves Kobe, and the Lakers get fucking swept. Good luck.
You acting like Smush Parker was this highly touted guy. Like, he's an undrafted player. Like,
he's from New York, baby.
What the hell are we talking about, man? We acting like this was the number 1 pick in the draft, and he was just done wrong because he didn't have talent around him and all this stuff. This guy was
from New York.
What were the expectations of Smush Parker?
Here go Tay.
What were the expectations of Smush Parker, bro? An undrafted free agent out of Greece. Like,
well, Dama, I think with any point guard, like irregardless, I think you have to put him in a situation to be successful. And I think again, when he came in, you said 05-06, Shaq left, Lakers were really, really bad. They had a bad roster. So a lot of that, as stats will always tell me, that competition matters, the talent around you matters. This is what stats always says. So Smush didn't have the talent around him, and you're a point guard of the Lakers. You didn't have the talent around him. Well, a lot of stuff, a lot of chaos going on. So that does matter. So roster was terrible.
Let me say this then. I don't know. Okay, make the roster better. But now we're talking about getting at his minutes because I don't know if he's going to play on a good roster. I don't know if he's good enough.
Yeah, that's true. He's probably.
Can I say this?
Think he could have played on those Laker title teams? No way.
If LeBron was playing with Smush, he would have been better.
Oh God! All right.
Bro, come on, man. What's Booby
I'm just making a
Booby Gibson any good?
Huh?
Was Booby Gibson any good?
Booby was really, really good on that title one team. That title one team. Booby was really, really good.
What was Booby numbers that year?
No, it don't matter what his numbers. His moments were great.
They might have been worse than Smush Parker's.
His moments were great.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. At least, Booby Gibson got Keisha Cole.
Yeah. You see what he did with that?
He got Keisha Cole.
Tricked it off.
I'm just saying.
All right. So now Udonis Haslem. Damo wanted to talk about this. Udonis Haslem made some comments to Mike Miller on their podcast. I believe it's the OG podcast, if I'm incorrect. So shout out to them for having a podcast. What he said was Draymond Green is not crazy, but Draymond Green is smart because he's going after people who he knows is not going to retaliate back. He also said he should be bringing the young guys along, referencing Jordan Poole, and not, putting them down. And then he used the comment, imagine if I swung on Tyler Hero. What are y'all thoughts on those comments?
Man, fuck Udonis Haslem, man. Seriously, bro. Like, just stop talking about Draymond, man. Let it go. This is the same guy who was threatening to beat Jimmy Butler's ass on the court. Like, are you kidding me? This is your veteran threatening players. I just don't want to hear this from a guy like him. Just enjoy your retirement, bro. Enjoy your retirement. Stop. Just stop. Everybody want to talk about what they would have done and what they should have done. Just shut up. Stop. Stop.
Damo,
Stop, bro. You said you was gonna beat Jimmy Butler's ass.
Right. Damo, you're 1,000% right. Echo everything you just stated. Udonis needs to retire. And first of all,
Udonis has retired already.
Well, hold on. But he's been stealing money for the last 16 years. He's been cooked.
Oh no,
he's been cooked. Now you want to fight? Udonis has been cooked. When you want to talk about nepotism or dogging it while you're on the clock, that's an example you want to show everybody. He's been dogging it for the last 16 years. How does he have an NBA contract? You're holding up a spot. You're on Mike Miller's podcast talking about another man talking about what Draymond shouldn't do, but yet you talking about you're gonna beat Jimmy Butler's ass, and we don't know if you could beat Jimmy Butler's ass.
Come on, bro.
We don't know that. You know, like, come on, bro. Keep Draymond out your mouth. Enjoy Miami. Enjoy your kids. I know Pat Riley got you straight. You probably up in the owner's box, or you probably an executive now and doing scouting. You're making your money, bro. Just don't talk. You sounding really foolish, bro. Just don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. And a matter of fact, was it Udonis even a good player? Was he even a good player?
Average at
No.
best. Average at best.
Come on, man. Stop. UD, stop. Just don't say nothing. No more podcasts. None.
UD is
Enjoy
way out.
Miami.
Well, I'm not going to tell. I mean, we have a podcast, and I wouldn't want anybody to tell us to shut up, and I ain't going to tell another grown man to shut up. I do find it interesting, however, that because he was threatening to fight people on the court, so that were his teammates. So I guess what he's saying is those were veteran teammates and not Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero is a young guy like Jordan Poole. So if that's his point, I understand that. But I guess the difference is, like, why are you fighting teammates anyway?
Why are you fighting teammates anyway? And
I mean, that's for Draymond too. I mean, I understand it gets heavy sometimes, but especially in the NBA. But I think we've gone a little bit too far with the Draymond stuff now.
Yeah, I mean, it just sounds good. It at this point, it's just for clicks. And at some point, Draymond, you need to start handing out defamation suits.
Stop! No, we're not.
This is getting out of hand, man. I'm passing them out.
Stop.
And Udonis has them as first on my list. First on my list. I don't get it, man.
This man said a defamation lawsuit. We're not. Stop. But they both play similar roles on their teams. I don't think Draymond Green's an actual enforcer, so I don't really buy that part of it. I think UD was the actual enforcer to come in and foul people hard and all of that. But I just, people got the right to get their opinion, just like we do, just like he does. But it's interesting, like, bro, you was literally about to fight your teammates, bro.
And like, everybody's a young guy to him because he's the oldest guy on the roster. So
yeah, that's right. That's true.
40. Jimmy Butler's what, 30? 31?
No, Jimmy Butler's probably like 34 now. But I understand your point. Any other thoughts on that before we go to the last topic?
No.
Yeah.
This is Mike's topic. As Mike gets up and walks away.
I want to make sure my what's the name is on, because my laptop. And I apologize, fellas.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah, I'm sure you do. So, Gilbert Arenas was talking on Gil Arenas' podcast, and he made a fascinating point about, do we owe Allen Iverson an apology? And the premise of his argument was, Allen Iverson got killed for missing practice, which he did. But nobody talks about the media. I mean, nobody talks about guys missing games, which is incorrect. But should we give apologies to Allen Iverson because he played in the games? What are y'all thoughts on this? And please, in the comments, let us know your thoughts. Should we apologize to Allen Iverson?
You want to go first, Mike?
You go first. Absolutely, we should be apologizing to Allen Iverson. As a matter of fact, Allen Iverson got a tournament at Bethel this Saturday. We should all be going up there with AI jerseys and getting on our hands and knees and apologizing to him. Absolutely.
Knees.
Listen.
Wait a
Listen,
minute. I'm sorry. No. We're gonna stop right there. We're gonna stop right there. I am not getting on my hands and knees unless I'm praying to God, and that's just me.
Well, I'm it's a little tongue in cheek, and I'm playing when I say that.
No, you got to find some different words.
Okay. Well, when you see AI, you just say I'm sorry. He don't even got to know why you're saying sorry. Just say I'm sorry. We basically just lambasted this man, national TV. He missed the game, he missed practice, and we act like AI was a fugitive. We want him dead or alive. That's how we acted with him. AD misses games, Kawhi misses games, PG misses games, Embiid misses games. All these guys misses games, and we don't bat an eye. AI missed the practice, and we thought AI was a serial killer. We did. DC sniper. You know what I'm saying? Bernie Madoff, Ponzi scheme. Names, Damo, give me some of the heinous crimes in the United States. You thought that was AI. Give me some of the most heinous crimes that you've ever had committed, you know what I'm saying, in the United States. You seen 13 Soldiers. You seen that movie? You see the attack on Benghazi. You seen that? You would think that was AI. Did you see that? Listen, man, Black Hawk Down. Listen. We owe AI, the second best two guard of our generation, second best two guard of all time. We owe that man an apology. We owe him an apology. Absolutely.
And Joel Embiid had 51 tonight, by the way.
Oh, great.
Okay, who they play? Hold on, who they play?
The Timberwolves.
Okay. Was Cat playing?
Oh, man, here you go, bro.
Was Gobert playing?
Stop, man.
I'm
sure they were. I'm sure
this is a lose for him. But this is a lose for him. Gobert was playing?
Yep.
Goat center my ass. Goat center my ass.
I never said he was the goat center.
No. Goat defender my ass, and he gave up 51. Back to the second best two guard of all time. Go ahead,
Gobert's been getting cooked.
Huh?
Gobert's been getting cooked.
Who, Gobert?
Yes.
Absolutely. He gave 51 tonight. Well, he a GOAT defender. Go ahead, Damo. AI, give him an apology. We sorry, AI. They sorry, because I knew it was pure shit when I seen it, but go ahead.
I agree. I agree. I do believe that the world owes him an apology. Because he's just ridiculed ridiculously for that. And now it's okay for guys to miss games. We got all these rules and shit in place and all this stuff. And this is not to say that these guys don't get talked about for missing games, because they do, but I don't think it's on the level of what AI went through. Because they just try to make him out to be a thug and all this stuff, and they just took it too far, and they made it really, really personal to me. So I think an apology is warranted, because when he got out there, despite him missing a few practices or whatever, he didn't miss enough practices to make up for the amount of games that these guys are missing. Like he's not missing 40 practices. And when he did play, he did give everything he had. So that's one thing we can't say about the man. We can say many things about him. He's not a perfect guy, flawed. He went through this, he went through that. We can say a lot of shit about him. But when he got on the court, he did do his thing, and he did, give 100% every time he was out there. So I do believe we owe, that people owe him an apology, I would say. It does, I would say.
the only problem that I have with that is I feel like y'all are severely gassing the criticism that he got for that relative to the criticism that guys get today for missing games. Allen Iverson missed games too. So the cognitive dissonance here that's being displayed, Allen Iverson plays through injuries. He's a warrior and he's tough, and I'm fine with that. But somebody like AD plays through injuries, then y'all kill him for it. There have been entire segments on First Take, Undisputed, Colin Cowherd, Sports Center, entire think pieces about Anthony Davis and his toughness, when Anthony Davis consistently plays through injuries. So I don't understand why there's a difference there. Why is Allen Iverson tough, but Anthony Davis is not? And if you look at the games played, and if you look at the games played for Allen Iverson, and I'm taking out the strike year because it wasn't his fault that they didn't play a lot of games that year. Like, he missed 12 games in 99, 11 in 2000. He missed 22. He missed 22 in 2001. In 2003, he missed 34. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he's missed games. In 06, 07, he missed 17. You see what I'm saying? In 08, 09, he missed 25, and that's fine. That's fine.
I think some of those seasons you bringing up with the trades and stuff, so it kind of looks like it was broken up. But
no. Those games were included, even with the trades, because he played for both teams. And according to Mike, there was context to that. He had issues with his child, and it was sick. That's fine.
And that's on the back end.
But that's what I'm saying. So from 08 to 011, I guess when he retired, you know, that was near the end of AI's career.
Okay,
during
fine.
that time. So we can't. I'm not counting those years with Toronto or Memphis. I'm not counting those years.
Okay, fine. But again, he still missed 12. He still missed 11. He still missed 22. Hold up. He missed 22. He missed 34. He missed 17. You feel what I'm saying?
What year did he miss 34 games?
That was 03, 04. So what I'm saying is that, again, why is it that when AI misses games, it's okay, but if somebody like Anthony Davis misses games, it's not, despite both of them playing through injuries? Why? Where's the difference there?
Here's the difference. Here's the difference. When Anthony Davis misses games, Anthony Davis doesn't play through injury. For the context that you're giving, you're saying that Anthony Davis plays through injury, and that's not the case at all. He doesn't play through injury. Anthony Davis is consistently hurt, and Anthony Davis has
literally been on the injury report every game this season.
That does not mean anybody could be on the injury report every single night.
All right, man. All right. See, but this is what I'm saying. We got to stop.
If I'm on the injury report because I got ankle soreness or my finger is sore, that doesn't mean I'm injured. Like, that doesn't mean I'm hurt.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, fine. So what's an injury? What's an injury?
Nobody is ever healthy. Nobody is ever, even if it's not on the injury report, nobody is ever healthy.
So what is an injury? That's what I'm asking. What is an injury? Being on the injury report is not an injury, apparently.
Hampering you from not playing.
Okay, that's
or that you shouldn't play through. I can play through a sore.
Well, I mean, okay, again, that's dumb to me. If you shouldn't be playing on it, then you shouldn't be playing. That's stupid. That's not. But, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why we laud that.
But he is playing through it if he's on the injury report and he's playing. That means
but that's my point. Anthony Davis does that too. And my entire point and premise was that we can't act like the media hasn't killed players for that. We can't act like that because, again, there's been entire think pieces and segments about that. We can't act like that. That's the point that I'm really pushing back on. We cannot act like the media has not killed guys for missing games. We can't do that.
I'm not saying that they haven't, but I don't think that they've ever made it made it as big as they did with AI. And you got to keep in mind, this was before social media. And it was that big a deal. This is before all the extra media outlets, before social media, and it's still a big thing to this day. It's still a big thing to this day. It's never been let go.
In the year that AI missed those games, the year that he missed those games, the 34 games, I think it was the most of his career. He had ankle and elbow injuries, and then on top of that, he also clashed with coaches, and they were not very, very good. So that was almost like the end of AI in terms of that. So again, but Anthony Davis has missed more games than AI. That's not even and I think with Anthony Davis, the issue that we have as fans with Anthony Davis is that more times than not, he does not step up in those pressurized moments. He doesn't. When Anthony Davis goes down for an injury, he's out 2 weeks, he's out 3 weeks, and then when Anthony Davis when they won the chip in 2020, and Stats, you have to be honest. Prior to that, Anthony Davis had this dog. He had this dog in him. Since winning that chip, it hasn't been there. I've said it from the stretch. Well, he loves LA. He loves LA boys. He loves the Lakers.
I don't give a shit about any of that dumbass dog shit, because none of that shit matters. So none of that dog shit matters. That's absolutely what it is.
It does matter. It does matter.
So miss me with all of that subjective bullshit. Let's talk about what we came here to talk about. Here's my thing. You said Anthony Davis hasn't come up in pressurized moments. When did Allen Iverson do that?
What you mean?
I'm asking you, what pressurized moments has Allen Iverson come through in?
Playoff series against Milwaukee, against Toronto, against the Lakers when the Lakers are undefeated in the finals. They were undefeated in the final before AI got to them.
Bro,
what are you talking about?
Bro, they lost.
What are you guard?
Okay, hold on, Damo. Now you hear that, right?
Time again.
Here's the thing that I don't understand. Right?
I can answer your question.
Mike is all about winning. Now you celebrating a guy for his team losing 4-1?
Well, they did win those playoff series.
I'm sorry. What the fuck did AD win when he was in New Orleans?
My premise is not winning. My premise is coming through in those moments. I'm talking about your premise. You focus on winning.
Hold on 1 second. Again, this goes back to the conversation that we've all had before. We're comparing a Batman to a Robin.
There you go. I don't even want to have this conversation.
You cannot
be
doing that, man. A pressurized moment for Anthony Davis is just not the same as a pressurized moment for
when he was a Batman in New Orleans. So, like, again,
they didn't do much, Stats. They didn't do much.
This is
lottery bound. Go ahead.
This is what I'm saying about Allen Iverson. Y'all hold on to that one run and overlook everything else. I don't understand it.
It happened though, Stats.
Okay, that's fine that it happened. We have to look at the body of work. We cannot just focus on one thing. That's all I'm saying. We got to focus on everything.
So can I ask your question, Stats?
That's fair.
Let me ask you a question, Stats. Without the championship, you know what AI did, right? Taking the Sixers to the finals with that team. Can you tell me a time that AD took New Orleans to a final or a team to a finals with just him being the key call? Please tell me, and I'll wait. Please tell me, because that's fair. Please tell me.
Am I allowed to answer the question? Am I allowed to answer the question? I just want to answer, please. Anthony Davis has not done that. Let me say that first. Anthony Davis also didn't play in a because now apparently competition doesn't matter. So we don't hold on. Go ahead. We don't hold on. So we don't care about the quality of the East at that point. I'm asking y'all.
Here we go.
Back then, East was pretty solid to me. They're pretty solid to me back then.
Okay.
They're pretty solid to me back then.
All right. Okay.
Reggie Miller and them boys and Sam Cassell and Ray Allen.
Stop.
Ray Allen. You said it. Ray Allen.
Vince Carter's one of the most overrated players in NBA history. Stop.
Come on, man. Don't do this.
Stop.
Don't do this.
Stop.
Yes, it is.
Again,
You always want to be the lone wolf. You always want to be the lone
I
wolf.
don't want to be anything.
You ain't gonna say that about
What
when
I'm
LeBron
saying
was running
is,
through the East. LeBron was running through that same Eastern Conference, and couldn't
and
get
I
out
have
of it.
and you don't hear me even talk about that much, even in the group chat, do you? Thank
Talk about
you.
what? Talk about what?
The 07 run.
Even when he was in Miami, the East wasn't good.
It was much better than the 01 East.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, brother.
I
LeBron
just
dominated that Eastern Conference for a long time.
all I'm saying,
Never bring that up.
all I'm saying is at some point, we need to realize we have to look at everybody's total body of work, not just one moment. And when you look at the entire body of work, he missed games too. But we immortalize him for that, which is fine. I don't have no issue with that. But now when Anthony Davis plays through injuries, now he's soft. Now he's Six Flags. Now he's street clothes. I don't like it. I don't like the dissonance.
But I don't think they're calling him that because he's playing through injury. I think they're calling him that because he's never playing. I think
But that's not true that he doesn't ever play. And what I'm saying is when AI misses games, AI's tough. Oh, it's a real injury. Anthony Davis doesn't get that grace. The media does talk about Anthony Davis, in particular, missing games. And Anthony Davis. And hold on.
Let him finish.
And Anthony Davis don't bother nobody. That man mind his business.
And Allen Iverson bothers people? Or is that what you're saying?
Not intentionally, no.
Oh, here we go.
No. I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
What are you talking about, bro?
No. What I'm saying is people don't like him for who he is. And I'm saying that's not right. But you ask, does he bother people? Yes, he bothers people. But it's just because of who he is. And I'm not saying that that's right.
Well, Anthony Davis may bother me, though. AD may bother me, though. AD may bother me, though.
Okay, why? Why?
Unibrow.
See?
So, Stats, let me ask you a question. You never there was never a moment for you when you felt like AD should have played. You never said, "Damn, AD played," or "Damn, he missed another game." You've never done that.
No, because it could be me being naive. But if guys say they hurt, I believe they hurt because I don't automatically assume that they don't want to play. Y'all do. I don't. I don't believe that. I don't believe that guys don't want to play basketball. I don't. And yes, Daryl, I think Vince Carter's very overrated. I do.
Yeah.
I do. Like Vince
Carter's overrated.
Like I said, man, we grew up watching these dudes, and that's great. But we got to start evaluating these guys through objective basketball performances, man, not just through what we enjoy playing. That's all. That's it. Did y'all have any other thoughts? Or Mike, did you have any other thoughts?
Well, Anthony Davis has played less than 700 games in their careers. Now, if you take the games in which Anthony Davis, possible games that he's played, it's 82 games in a regular season.
Mm-hmm.
How many seasons has Anthony Davis played in? How many seasons? How many seasons has he played in? He's been in since 2012?
Well, this is his 12th year.
I don't know how many games that is, but what you 82 times what 12 seasons? It's 984 possible games.
Mm-hmm.
What he played in about 380 of them?
He missed about 300 games.
That's
games, brother.
Now do Allen Iverson's.
That's insane, man.
Do Allen Iverson's.
Hold on.
Because Allen Iverson played 17 seasons.
17 seasons.
But see, this is what he's gonna do. This is what Stats is gonna do.
Wait.
This is what Stats is gonna do. Stats is gonna count
seasons.
No, he has. This is what Stats is gonna do. From 96, I think his last season in 2011. He didn't play every season. I mean, every game with Detroit, he went through that stuff in Detroit. He
All
went
right.
through that stuff he did those stats. Let's be honest. He wasn't playing. It wasn't because it was a coach's scratch. It wasn't a healthy scratch
I've never
AI.
Grant,
Listen, it
Grandma's
wasn't.
baby coming out to defend. We
Stop.
gotta stop. We gotta stop.
Stop this, bro.
We gotta stop,
Hey,
man.
but for the record, this is what he does. This is what Stats does. This is what Stats
Oh, he
does.
played from 96 to 2010. He did not play in 2000.
There's 14 seasons.
I
And
was-
look at the last 3 seasons, Damo.
He didn't even play in the last 3 seasons. He played
He
3
didn't-
games.
I mean,
Man,
Whose
20
fault is that he didn't play? Whose fault is that? I'm sorry. Whose fault was that?
this guy's a rebel, man. He's
I'm
a
just
rebel.
asking. I'm asking. Whose fault is that?
Well, there was
Stats,
con-
he has stuff going on, Stats.
there was context to some of that, and I don't
What's
want
the
What's the context? I'm asking.
to start talking
I'm
about. I don't want to
What is
start talking about.
He had
There was
reportedly he had
children
stuff with his
involved. There was children
he had his
involved.
stuff
I'm not gonna speak on
he had
that.
his stuff with his child. He
Okay,
had
that's
hustle with
fair.
his child. He wanted to
okay.
be with his family. Come on, bro. Come on.
I said that's fair. I said that's
Come on.
fair. I'm not getting on him for that. I'm not getting on him for that.
You are, because you're saying that, he missed all this. You missed all these games. You're
No,
saying
you
that's not
gotta-
who fault is that?
everything counts. Just add context. But that's what I'm saying, Daryl. That's on him if he didn't want to be a role player.
And he didn't. So I think he only played like 25 games with them, and then the season was like it was over for him. Like
He just didn't report. That was Memphis.
He didn't come back anymore. Like it was over. I'm talking about because he went back to Philly.
Yeah, he went back to Philly, right?
So and he played like 20 games with them, and it was over. Like he wasn't on the team anymore at that point. Like so, he wasn't just there missing games. He was done. He was released from the team.
Listen, man. Listen. All I'm saying is I'm fine with lauding him playing through injuries. We just can't pick and choose when we want to laud guys for playing through injuries because we like them. That's it.
I agree with you.
Just be consistent. That's all. Just be consistent. That's
but
all.
Can you honestly say that you feel like these guys have gotten more ridiculed than he did? And you got to keep in mind, bro. This was before social media, and they still talk about this till this day, bro.
I don't see a lot of people talking about it.
It's still being used as a running joke. Practice. You're talking about like that's still running to this day, dog.
I mean, look, it was iconic, and his friend died. So his friend died. So that I understand why his friend died. So that's not, you know what I mean? That's not.
It's still being used as a running joke. It obviously not every day, but it still comes up.
But that's because of the way he said it too. Like it was funny, but we didn't know at the time that it was because his friend died, right?
Right.
I think just based on the media coverage now, stuff now is gonna get talked about more than then. And people still call Anthony Davis street clothes. Now we will have to, hopefully still be alive 20 years later to see if people are still calling him that, right, to know if it endures. But like that's personal, bro. Like you calling a man street clothes, that don't got nothing to do with what happens on the basketball court, bro. Like I don't call any professional athletes soft. No, I don't like that word, especially if you didn't play. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I just look at it like, why do we pick and choose who's tough and who we ridicule for the injury stuff? That's all. That's it. That's all I ask. That's it. If we're gonna laud Allen Iverson, I have no issue with that. I don't have no issue with giving him an apology whatsoever. My entire point is that why doesn't guys like Anthony Davis, who play through injuries, or guys who consistently play through injuries, get that same grace? That's all I'm asking. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, I just think, man, like when I watch Anthony Davis and he goes down, I cringe. I'm like, okay, he's out 10 to 15 games, and then he's missing games and then you want a team where winning for them matters, right? And I don't know. And I get what you're saying about if he's on the injury report, he's injured. You're not gonna never question the guy whether or not he's injured, but he's injured more than most. And my thing is, at some point, you have to be like, okay, my team needs me, my team this, my team that. And bro, it's just at some point, it's just like, okay, where is the toughness? Our stats. I will say to see you had an injury stats, and again, granted, you're not in the NBA, but you had a serious injury. You was out there. You was out there the next week. And
No,
what I'm saying is,
no,
and what I'm saying is,
that's
huh?
not true. It took 2 months to heal from that.
No,
Now,
no. You kept playing. Your ankle was on the floor.
oh,
You
no,
kept
no, I
playing.
kept playing.
You did come back the next week though, because you told
You
me.
did those stats. Come on, bro.
No, I didn't
You
play.
did.
No, I didn't play. I promise you I didn't play because I couldn't.
You
Or
played. No, when it
was
first happened,
well, yeah, because you told he
No.
was like, yeah,
No.
Mark, you came back and
he
played, and
played
then
the same
you
day,
played
Damo.
again.
He
And
played
No,
the
then
same
no,
day.
no. What happened was when I injured myself, I stayed on the court for a few plays. Actually had the game-winning assist. Give myself props for that. And then after that, I couldn't play no more. I left, and I ain't
Right.
been to Northampton since. But
you did come to Warwick Rec though after that.
yeah, that was 2 months
Yeah,
later.
yeah, but I'm saying you came back before, and then you went to the doctor and shit, and then you was like, I'm out 6 weeks.
That was okay, right? That was because I tried to play on it.
Tried to play on it.
Once. No,
Yeah.
that was still 2 months later though. Because I think it happened in, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was maybe June when it happened, maybe late May. I don't remember. I don't remember. But again, yes, there's a level of toughness that you have to have, sure. But I don't think Anthony Davis is not a guy who doesn't lack toughness.
Right.
And I also don't think that it's his decision either. Kyle just put that in the notes.
I'm gonna say this. I think I don't know if this is anybody else's problem because I don't think so. But for me, I think Anthony Davis actually causes a lot of his own injuries, and here's why. Every time, if you just watch AD play, watch how he plays. All he does when he does anything, go to the basket, all he does is flail and scream to the top of his lungs. He's throwing his body around all over the place. He's bringing a lot of these injuries on himself, trying to get foul calls. It's like you don't have to do that at 7 feet tall, bro. You don't. That's literally all he does is just go to the basket and flail and scream to the top of his lungs for fouls.
I don't think he actually flops at all. What I do think is that
Watch, bro. Watch.
no, I watch now. You know that's one of my all-time favorites.
But just look, I know you watch him, but key in on what he does, bro. And I don't even want to call it flopping. It's just he's just flailing around and screaming.
I think he has a high center of gravity. I think he has a high center of gravity, and his body type, he's lean. So I don't necessarily think that like he plays physically. You don't be the league leader in rebounds without it.
Right.
And you don't be as good on defense as you are if you don't have a level of physicality to you.
Right.
But I just think it's that body type. And I think because he plays so hard, and at times he is reckless. At times he is very reckless. And me and Stretch say he's going to kill himself because he's literally throwing himself around on both ends.
Himself around, it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, all this for a foul call, dog. Like, relax.
But the throwing around is mostly on defense.
I'm talking about on the offensive end. I'm just talking about offense. Like, if you watch him go to the basket and stuff like that, like just watch the way he goes to the baskets and tries to get fouls. Like, he's literally like flailing and throwing his body around, falling on the ground. It's like, bro, like, get up. Like, what are you doing? You don't have to do that. And then he gets hurt, and he comes down and he's grimacing. I wonder why. And Joel Embiid does it too sometimes. So I mean, it's not only him. But Joel Embiid is more just like a complete flop.
To Marcus's point, I don't think we give enough grace to today's generation. I don't think we do. I think like I don't like the missed games. But the players of today are phenomenal, man. And I think it's light years better than what Marcus, you and I grew up watching. And I think that it's hard for the older generation to accept the fact that the game has gotten better. And sometimes, as I guess older guys or older athletes, they don't want to be forgotten unless you are a super icon like Kareem or like Magic. I think that some of the guys that were those superb role players, like a Joe Dumars or a guy like a Kevin McHale, you may get lost in the sauce because again, you weren't as great. So when you got a guy like KD, Steph, Tatum coming, Embiid's coming, all of these guys, some of these older guys are gonna get knocked down. But you know who you can't knock down? You can't knock down Magic. You can't knock down MJ. You can't knock down Tim Duncan. You can't knock. You see what I'm saying? You can't knock down those guys, Larry Birds. They're always going to be there. They're always going to be etched in our minds of how great they were. So some of these older guys, again, they can't accept the fact that this game has evolved, and some of those older guys are getting lost in the sauce. But yeah, we don't give grace to these up and newcomers or this generation is light years better than what the crap that I've seen coming running home just to hear Brent Musburger and Dick Stockton call games on CBS. Vern Lundquist.
Dick Stockton was so bad, bro. Oh my
No,
gosh.
I love Dick Stockton. Dick Stockton was great. Come on. Come on.
I didn't.
I ran home to watch TV, and I've seen a lot of Laker games on CBS. They put a lot of Laker games.
Say this. I'm gonna say
Before
this.
color television.
Right.
Was this before color
You know
TV?
what? I had the floor model, man. The floor model joint, dog.
The box
That was
joint
heavy
that
as shit too.
1,000 pounds. I'm gonna say this. But I think some of that, to Marcus's question, is that the people who are having the conversation are always framing it.
Hubie was great
with through the 90s lens. So they think physicality equals quality. So they think if you're not macho and playing with half your fucking leg falling off, that you weak. And for me, it's just like if there were more progressive minded people in the media, and they are coming, I think that it would be looked at differently, and the players would get more grace.
Well, Kyle, you gotta explain the pre-LeBron. Pre-LeBron meaning what? How far are we going back? Because I don't know. We crap on them because I think I don't know how that's in Damo field, but I think 90s ball. When did he pass LeBron? When did he pass MJ as a GOAT? I would say that finals run when he beat the Warriors. To me, that sealed it for him. That sealed it because
I don't think that's
because we thought the Warriors team could no one beat them. No one thought Cleveland was beating the Warriors. No one did.
Well, they weren't supposed to.
It was the creme de la creme, huh?
I said they weren't supposed to beat him. He
Right,
had
so
help.
that did it for me.
I think we get overcalibrated on that win now, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was great. It was historic. But let's not act like what happened ain't happened. Like, we gotta stop that shit.
You see the block on Iggy. Why did Iggy dunk it? I've seen that dumb. Why did Iggy dunk the ball?
Why didn't Iggy dunk? I don't know. Maybe it's just the way. Maybe
He
it's
should
the
have
way he's
kicked it.
dunked. Not sure.
I mean, J.R. Smith was right there, so
Yeah.
like
It was a bicycle built for two, man. Without J.R. Smith, the block doesn't happen.
Well,
So I want to answer Daryl's question. Mine was 2017, into the 2017 season. I think he had accumulated more career value for me at that point. And I think everything after that has just been icing on the cake. Like, I stay away from that conversation. I don't think it's close. And I really think, why are we even including Michael Jordan in the conversation with LeBron? That's how I personally feel.
Come on, Stat.
That's what I think.
That's too much. Too much, bro.
We're gonna lose it. We're gonna lose it. I get it, but
too much on your chip, bro.
I mean, maybe. I just, again, I watch 90s games, and I again, you watch some of that shit that's up there, and then you watch today's games and players.
It's
One
bad.
guy did it. One guy played 15 years, had 11 high quality. One guy did it, had 21 years, and had 20 high quality years. What are we arguing at this point? 20 is
Well, let's
way
say this.
higher.
Yeah, and that's why I think
20 is way higher than 11, and that's not even factoring in level of competition. If we were all being objective about it, it would be no argument. If we're being honest about it, if we're all being objective
Well,
about it, there's no argument.
Well, here's what.
Well, let's be honest.
Here's why. Here's
Well, let's
why.
be honest.
Here's why I
Go
say
ahead.
that it is some sort of an argument because of what he did. Despite he did play longer at a higher level for longer, but Mike did a lot in a shorter span. So I will say that.
I'm glad you said that.
So you can't ignore that. And again, I think LeBron is the GOAT, but I'm not gonna say it's not an argument because it was what 12, 13, 14, 15 years. He did a lot in those years, and it took LeBron longer to get to some of those accolades.
And this is what I don't understand, Damo, right? So this brings me to my next point real quick before we go. This is my next point. Steph Curry is at the table. He's at the table. Steph Curry is at the table with the GOATs. And the reason I say that because Steph, you just mentioned it. It took Jordan 7 years to get to where he was at, right? It took Kobe the same amount of time to get to where he was at, right? In terms of that, right? I know he had Shaq, right?
Right.
Me and Stats had a conversation earlier. He was just saying, hey, he didn't get there right away. 8 years. He said 8 years is not long enough. 8 years, four chips, 2 MVPs, 1 unanimous, best shooter of all time, 3-point, recognized as the best shooter of all time by his contemporaries.
Did I make a banner for
LeBron
that?
James.
I don't think. Hold on, I'm gonna make a banner. I'm gonna put a banner up there. Go ahead, Mike.
Contemporaries. I'm not contemporaries. LeBron James. Took LeBron James 7 years to reach his first finals. Right? No, 4 years to reach his first finals. There is time. You have to have time for these guys to get into their prime. What Steph Curry had did in that 8-year span, no other NBA player has done that. So what he's done, if you want to say Magic, because the Magic they dominated the 80s, 8 out of 10, went to the finals. Magic. He won 3 MVPs, 5 chips. Curry won 4 chips, and the most astounding thing that Steph Curry's done during that time, he's 6'3", and Steph Curry did it from distance. He's not like a Magic at 6'9", or the aerial assault like Michael Jordan, or dominating like Shaq. He did it shooting the 3 when people said you can't win like that. And he revolutionized the game now. So now when you're a big or a wing coming into the league from college or high school, what they tell you, Damo, because Damo, you play more organized ball than I've ever played. What they tell you, you have to learn how to shoot the ball. You got to be able to shoot the 3. You can be able to shoot from distance. This is what they say. You got to be able to shoot the ball. And they didn't start saying that until after Steph Curry became this phenomenon. He is definitely at the table. And I'm sorry, Kobe, you got to get up. You got to get up. You got to get up. You ain't got to go home. You got to get the hell out of here. Steph Curry is at the table.
He's at the table.
He's at the table.
Degree of difficulty. Difficulty matters.
Can I give my opinion? Please, can I speak? Please. Because this is bullshit. This is bullshit. First of all, this ain't got nothing to do with Steph Curry. Everybody knows I love Steph Curry. First of all, the premise that we're taking sections of people's career and putting them in conversations is silly. Why are we cutting and cherry picking? Let's look at the entire body of work. I don't.
You did that.
No,
you
Mike,
did that.
You did that. You just said.
Hold on, context stats. Hold on, stats for context. Stats for context. When I said that Steph Curry, you said that he hasn't played long enough, and then I got the receipts, and you said, well, only 8 years of that. So then I stated, in that 8-year span, which is his prime, he won 4 to the 2 MVPs.
Well, first of all,
I didn't say
he
that.
didn't win anything. The team did. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about, bro. Like,
Here we go, man.
Y'all
Go ahead, Stats.
God.
because y'all got to y'all
Wait,
got
well, hold on, Stats. One thing.
We did.
One thing. Hold on. One thing, and I'm gonna let you go. When Mike said that LeBron won the 16 finals, you had no objection to that. You didn't say, it was the team.
I didn't say anything because I didn't cut him off. I didn't cut him off. Just like he cut me off in this case. So no, LeBron didn't win anything by himself either. He didn't win anything by himself either. No player does. Anyway, I don't like cherry picking sections of people's career. I don't like doing that. Let's look at the entire body of work. And when you look at Steph's entire body of work, for me, there's realistically three people in that conversation. I said my stance. I think LeBron's clearly better than everybody. Clearly. I don't think it's an argument. However, there are three people for me that are in that conversation. Jordan, Kareem, and LeBron. That's who it is, right? Realistically. First of all, can't kick Kobe out the table. Kobe's not at the table. Stop putting him in conversations where he don't belong.
Some people do that. I want to come on answer. Some people do got Kobe at the table. That's let's be
Kobe's
clear.
not at the table. Stop putting him there.
I don't think he is either, but
it has to be at least 4 or 5 guys. It's not.
It's not Kobe Bryant. There are a few players before we get to Kobe. We got to stop that now. That's why Kobe fans be like, it's disrespect. No, if you put him in the Shaq, Tim Duncan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson tier, then that's fine. That's where his career should be, to me. Now, back to Steph. My problem is that the people who say that he revolutionized the game, I think we've gotten overcalibrated on that. Because while he has, hold up, let me finish. He absolutely has revolutionized the game, but he pushed the game forward to a place where it was already heading. It wasn't like he single-handedly brought the three-point era in. There were already teams shooting threes. What he revolutionized, and I've said this before, he revolutionized the pull-up three because nobody was able to shoot off the dribble like him. That's what he revolutionized. In addition to that, is the GOAT rebounder in that conversation? What about the GOAT shot blocker? That's Hakeem Olajuwon.
What's this? Who's the GOAT rebounder? Who's the GOAT rebounder? Who's the rebounder?
It depends.
Could be many of them.
You could throw.
Only one GOAT shooter. Hold on, Stats. There's only one GOAT shooter.
There's no many of them. You can't. You don't even have to think about who the GOAT shooter is.
Everybody doesn't have Steph as the GOAT shooter. Believe it or not.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, insane.
Everybody's
talking about.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you why. And I've actually when people consider shooting. They don't just consider the three-point shooting. I think he's the GOAT shooter, but some of these people are factoring in mid-range shooting as well. You see what I'm saying?
Do that too.
No, I don't. I think Steph's the GOAT shooter. I do.
Anywhere on the floor.
But he doesn't really shoot middies like that.
Well, that's because mid-range shots are low percentage shots.
Not for him, it's not. He just don't have a high volume of it. I think he's the GOAT shooter. I don't have any.
Why would I shoot a long 2 when I can shoot a 3?
I agree with that, but
I'm not talking about you.
In the context of shooting, there are people who factor in all facets of shooting, not just shooting threes. That's all I'm saying.
I got you.
Now, for me, like I said, is the GOAT shot blocker, rebounder, is the GOAT stealer? Are they at the table?
But
you see what I'm saying?
You can name so many of them,
guys, though, bro. You can't name one. It's so many guys that average 15, 20.
Robin, Ben Wallace,
Moses Malone, Bill Russell.
But my point is, right? And I understand for Steph, at least for me, it's unassailable as the GOAT shooter. I agree with that. I just don't think that's enough to put him in the conversation when his level of play. He has not played at a level that those three have played for me. He hasn't. So for me, because y'all know I focus on level of play more than accolades or anything else, right? Steph has not played at the level that Kareem, Jordan, and LeBron have played. He reached that level one season, 16 season, one of the best seasons of all time. And what was it? Was it 18 where he missed all them games, like 30-plus games?
19. He didn't play the season. He missed the whole season.
No. He missed 30-plus games at 18 too.
Right.
But that would have been a season had he played more games. That would have been a 16-level season. So for me, these guys have multiple Pantheon seasons and have sustained that over larger portions of their careers than Steph Curry has. In addition to that, we talked about this today. Kareem was a quality defender, especially as a rim protector. LeBron is one of the best defensive wings of all time. I think Jordan's highly overrated defensively, but he's still one of the better guard defenders of all time. So they provided more defensive impact than Steph did. I think Jordan and LeBron are equivalent to Steph offensively while bringing more defensive impact, while Kareem is not as good offensively, but much better defensively.
But Steph doesn't.
So I can't put Steph at the table with those three. Now, when his career ends, could he be in the Kobe, Duncan tier? Absolutely. Absolutely.
But doesn't the end result matter though? When you say this year that these prime guys had, doesn't the end result matter though? When it comes to the accomplishments and accolades, it matters though. So when you say, because if you look at LeBron, right? You know LeBron and Magic are my goats. When you look at that though, and LeBron's had these great years. LeBron got 4 MVPs. He hasn't won an MVP in over a decade, 15 years or longer. He hasn't won an MVP.
Right.
Steph has 2, and he has a unanimous MVP. To me, the end results matter. The end result matters because he has 4 chips. He has 4 chips, and he has 2 MVPs, 1 unanimous. So the end result
definitely unanimous. I think the unanimous aspect of it is bullshit. That's media-driven shit. And that doesn't personally matter. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm not big on the media-driven accolades because if we're being honest, whether you won unanimously a lot is whether you're liked by the media. Shaq should have been unanimous. I think it was 99, 2000. LeBron
was liked by the media.
Huh?
Shaq was liked by the media.
Not as much as Steph. LeBron should have been unanimous in 13.
Shaq was beloved by the media. Let's stop this.
He was.
He was beloved by the media.
I said not like Steph that season. I don't know. Even now, Shaq is beloved. I'm not going to say that, bro. Again, I said not like Steph.
Before you continue, let me make one correction. In 18-19, he played 69 games.
I meant 17-18. That's the one that I was referring to.
I don't know if that would have been a Pantheon season though.
He was absolutely
5.
Dog.
Great. He was great, but 18-19, he was better. He was better at 18-19. They lost. They had injury and they lost in the finals. That's the only.
I just think
being at 6'3", he's playing the game differently than what we've ever seen before. And I just think that, you know, when you look at it, you say a guy is playing this well and an elite way, shooting from distance, 6'3". You would think that you would see that from a 3-and-D wing, like a LeBron, like a Melo, like a KD. But you don't. You're seeing it from a miniature guard.
But it's okay.
Well, but you know what I mean. But he's a 6'8" guy. He's a 6'8" guy.
Yeah.
Steph Curry's 6'3", shooting from 30, 40 feet, and he's winning chips. And he got defenses scared of him. He's revolutionized the game of basketball from the that's a fact.
But my point is, Kareem revolutionized the game. LeBron revolutionized the game. Jordan revolutionized the game. So if that's your angle,
well, tell us how
the game was different back then, Stats. So the game is
it still doesn't change. It still doesn't change.
Tell us how Kareem and LeBron revolutionized the game.
The whole small ball thing, and putting LeBron at the 4. Teams played small ball before, but the wing heavy small ball approach that we see now was in part because of the Heat. Who won titles after that? The Spurs won in 13-14. Who won titles after that? The Warriors, right? How did they win? Playing small. Mismatch basketball. That's completely LeBron. That's LeBron.
Is it LeBron or is it Eric Spoelstra?
Well, you couldn't play small ball like that without LeBron.
Yeah,
but the small ball, Stats.
Those are lineup changes. Those are coaching decisions.
I'm not giving that Stats.
You can't play the lineup without the players. Let's do this then. So is Steph revolutionizing the game, him or Steve Kerr? If we want to go there,
Steph is
Well-
shooting the shots. Steph was
And
shooting.
LeBron is
Steph was
and
shooting.
He was shooting that before. He was
What's
shooting that before. He
different?
was shooting that before. He was shooting that
He was
before
shooting
Steve
threes at
Kerr.
Davidson.
Stop.
Oh.
No, he wasn't.
Come on, man.
No, he wasn't.
He was.
He
Are you
was.
kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Listen,
Yes, he was that.
listen to
Yes,
what
he
I'm
was
saying.
that.
Listen to what I'm saying. Steph was not doing in 14, 15, and after. He was not doing that before that. He
They
was
weren't
not
running-
because his
they
role was different.
They weren't running that. They were not running the same
Hey,
offense.
okay, that's exactly my
That's
point.
Steve Kerr. That's Steve Kerr.
Okay, so then,
offense
okay, but that's my point. You said was it Eric Spoelstra or LeBron? It's LeBron, but you said Eric Spoelstra. So if we're giving Eric Spoelstra credit for that, we got to give Steve Kerr credit for the same thing.
Okay, fine. But you also said, look, you just said that Steph Curry revolutionized the pull up. What the hell has that got to do with Steve Kerr? Him shooting
Not
out the
that
dribble.
part of it. I'm speaking directly to your point about how Steph was used. He was used completely differently. with
Absolutely.
Steve
That's
Kerr and
Steve
March.
Kerr. Steve Kerr gets the credit for unlocking that.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay. That's what I'm trying to say.
Steve Kerr gave credit for what?
He gets the credit for utilizing the way that they did, using them the way that he did. He gets the credit for that. Like he unlocked the Warriors, the way they play their offense.
I
like,
think
I
Mark
think
Jackson
Steve
gets
Kerr-
the credit for that
no,
because
hell
he-
no.
I'm gonna
Hell
tell you why, because he told Steph and Clay they're the best shooters of all time, and he gave them the green light. Now
He
maybe
had
the way
them running
the
pick and
scheme was
roll.
ran and stuff, we may have been a little bit different, but Mark Jackson put that into Steph Curry.
That's
And
mindset.
Steph said
That's
himself.
mindset shit, and that only got them but so far. Like I just told you, that all that instilled confidence is
They
bullshit.
didn't give him time though, Damo. They didn't give him time, Damo.
Bro,
Come on
they
now.
would have never
Stop.
they would have never gotten this far under Mark Jackson's philosophy, bro. You cannot win just running high ball screens and elevator door screens and all like you're not gonna win that way.
Yeah, you're not gonna win that way.
You're not winning like that,
You're not
bro.
Well, maybe no, maybe.
So
Well, maybe
and revolutionizing the game is more than just on the court too. It's off the court. The
True.
entire way that the NBA is covered now with the debate shows. Go look at the date that First Take started. It was 2007. Guess who was
Go
making?
pizza.
The entire show is based off of LeBron James.
Thank
I'll give you
It was
that.
cold pizza.
So the entire way that the NBA is
But
covered,
that's fair. LeBron, but
the way that
hold
the
on,
NBA
hold on. They
No,
was
I'm
covering
not
stuff at
finished. I'm
Davidson.
not finished.
LeBron was going to Davidson games to see Steph.
That's true.
What this
Damn, bro?
again? I didn't say that Steph didn't revolutionize the game, but how you gonna revolutionize the NBA game in college? Stop!
All I'm saying, all I'm saying is,
Come on, man, what we doing?
all I'm saying is, you said Steph wasn't shooting like that, and he was.
No,
And he
the
was.
role that he played, the role that he's played in Golden State from 14, 15 onward was not the role that he played from 13, 14 backward.
He was shooting from deep, and Steph is at the table. Whether you believe he's at the table.
Oh,
No,
he was. Listen,
he's
he
at the
was.
table.
He was shooting from deep, but like I said, he was not being used the same. I definitely say that. For sure.
Like it's not, and it
The
wasn't
ball,
even.
the way he had to get it was different. The way he had to get it was different.
He was, you know what he was doing? He was coming off screens. He was
No,
coming
he
off
was
screens.
coming
with that
off. He
thing.
was coming off high ball, like high pick and roll.
Thank
type
you.
shit. Like they
Thank
were-
you.
That
But he was
philosophy.
still shooting that thing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. He was definitely still shooting.
He's
free.
at the stats. He's at the table. Magic.
I don't. I mean,
LeBron, Mike, Kareem.
he's not at the
Steph.
table for me. He's not.
Steph.
Because for me,
Don't start
all
at
the
the
players
table.
that he got to pass too many players for me. Because he hasn't passed. Because right now he's about 15 for me. So like he ain't passed.
That's what I'm-
He
that's
hasn't
what I'm
passed
saying,
Kobe,
though,
not
bro.
yet. He ain't passed
Yes, he
Shaq.
has.
He ain't
Yes, he
passed
has.
Dream.
Yes, he
He ain't
has.
passed Tim Duncan.
Yes, he has.
He hasn't passed Larry. He hasn't passed
Yeah.
Magic.
I think he's.
He
I think
definitely
he's
passed. He
past
definitely
Dream.
passed
I think
Larry.
I think
He's passed Larry. He passed King.
He's past
He's
Larry. for
definitely
sure.
He's passed Larry and King. Definitely.
We've gotten over
Definitely.
calibrated on Larry.
Yes, we have. Yes, we
See,
have.
this is the stuff that I don't like though. And
Playoff
Kyle's
problem.
a Jordan fan. We can't pick and choose if we're still talking about on court, LeBron, the small ball stuff and the wing heavy stuff, that's LeBron. Because you had to match up with him.
After this, I'm gonna ask you to do Kareem too, because you said
Okay. I will. And then the mismatch basketball in the playoffs, that's LeBron. You, come here. That's LeBron. All of them.
I agree with that. I don't
And
know
it-
if LeBron was small ball.
and it ain't
I don't know
just-
about that.
And it ain't just
Let's say
Thank you, Darryl.
you got to give
Thank you,
LeBron
Darryl. They
credit
did.
for that too because he was used.
They had
even
Bosh.
though it was probably a coaching call, but you got to have the
And
personnel.
Bosh was not a traditional center either.
that's why it's small ball. That's exactly the point.
No, but it wasn't because of LeBron. It wasn't because of LeBron that they played small ball.
It
Could've been
literally was because of LeBron.
No, it could have been because of it could have been because of Bosh
you
playing.
said they had
Not
LeBron
because
at
he was power
four.
forward, and he played forward,
four.
and he could stretch the court to bring a center that's not as mobile. So it could have been because of Chris Bosh. Let's not do that.
So why were they able to play Chris Bosh at the 5, Mike?
Maybe because he's 6'11". Maybe because he's 6'11".
Chris Bosh wasn't
So
Chris
maybe
Bosh
because
wasn't a traditional center. So why were they
So they play
why were they
small
able to
ball
play
for
him?
that
Why were they able to play him? Why were they able to play him at 5?
You tell me
Because
that.
you had a
Like I
6'8",
said it.
you had a 6'8", 270-pound, who's a big ass human
Right.
who could also play point, but could also get down there and bang with the bigs. He could get out in transition and create mismatches all over the court. How many guys are doing that?
How many guys
Thank
are switching
you.
to forward center? How many
Thank
guys are switching to forward center? How many guys are switching to forward center?
Now
because of
or
Chris Bosh.
then?
It worked because of Chris Bosh. Because they
Yeah.
weren't playing small ball in Cleveland. When they weren't playing when they had Andy Javarius out, I tell you that.
LeBron did play
I
4
tell you
in
that.
season 2.
Well, I think they had the personnel to do it in Miami. And it wasn't just LeBron, but it was
But it's not about the Heat themselves. It's not about the Heat themselves. It's the trends that the rest of the league followed after that.
Okay.
That's
Because
what
Chris Bosh is
revolutionizing the game is.
Chris
The
Bosh is
Warriors
playing
literally won titles with Draymond Green as their 5 and Harrison Barnes as their 4.
Thank you, Kyle. Mismatches have been way before LeBron. But before LeBron, there's always been small ball before LeBron. We
Who
just
would,
been talking-
I acknowledge that, but the small ball, but the
Okay.
small ball was different then. Also, who was doing the mismatch hunting before LeBron? I'll wait. Please tell me who was doing that. Who?
You have to give me time to figure that one out.
Okay, it should be easy.
Because all I'm saying is you're throwing it out there, but again, let's stay on
See,
task.
Now
Steph
see,
Curry.
Daryl
No,
said
what I'm saying, what I'm
this
saying,
was
Steph
responsible
Curry.
for small ball, but Miami literally did it before them. Lord, you can't make this stuff up.
Death lineup. Now their small ball was kind of ridiculous though.
Yeah.
'Cause they had Dre
Well,
playing.
I think that they probably get the most credit for it because
Who's
of
that?
probably just because whoever came up with the name, the Def lineup, and all
Death
that.
lineup. They Death lineup was crazy too though.
Shit. Yeah, I mean they probably
It
get the most.
definitely was crazy for sure. All I'm saying is Miami preceded that because Bosh was at the 5, LeBron was at the 4. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying nobody had ever won before that. I'm not saying that. Okay, Kyle. So who did it before LeBron? Who was the player who had the ball in their hands like LeBron and was dictating? You come bring your guard up here and set the screen. I'm coming after you. Who was doing that? That's what I'm asking. Now, as far as Kareem, his was more subtle to me, Dominique, to me. Because it's not many bigs that you can actually run up. No, he did not play mismatch basketball like that. Stop. Stop. This is come on, man. I'm about to go. Come on, man. Hey, listen. You know what? I ain't gonna do it, bro. I ain't gonna do it. I'm sorry. It's late. I'm not gonna do it, man. I'm not gonna do it.
He
I'm
said,
not even gonna do it. Because first of all, the Bulls didn't even run a lot of high pick and
They
roll.
did not, bro.
They didn't. They was in the triangle.
Triangle, bro.
So all right. Kareem.
And you would have had to say Scotty, if anything.
Kareem. To me, Kareem revolutionized the game by showing that you can have an elite offense run through a big. And that may not mean a lot to y'all. But it's very rare that bigs are your offensive centerpieces.
But back then it wasn't though.
It was because who were the elite? And I know I'm gonna get some flack for this, and I really don't give a shit. I don't think Wilt was an elite offensive big. I don't. I don't.
I don't think you going out on a limb on that. I don't
Okay,
think
yeah,
you-
okay. Yeah, I don't think he was an elite offensive big.
I actually agree with you.
Okay, so then Kareem
Mhm.
spearheaded elite offenses with the ball running through him, and after that, I think, and then after that, Shaq came as the next elite offensive big. You would say, right?
Yeah.
You would say Shaq,
Nah,
right? As an
offense,
elite,
nah.
as an elite
I'm
offensive
thinking when
big.
you say offense, I'm thinking skill. And
I'm just
on-
talking about production. I ain't necessarily talking about the skill. I'm talking about.
well, production. Then you got to say Wilt. Then you talking about production.
But they didn't have elite offenses when they was running through him. Their best offense was when they lowered his usage.
Yeah. We've gotten over calibrated on the 100-point thing.
We really have.
So you can't get.
I don't even know if you really have.
Can't get over calibrated on 100 points though. You can't get over calibrated on 100 points.
I'm not sure it actually happened, to be honest with you.
Game 25 happened.
There's not even any
Once a game
footage
is 25.
Yeah, it's not
rebounds a game.
There's no footage of it.
We don't have any footage. And before we go, because we up here a long ass time. That's how I think he revolutionized. I think there's three bigs, elite offensive bigs, and I think Kareem was the forefront of that you could like run your entire offense through. If you want to count Bill Walton, maybe that's fine, but his peak didn't last long at all. It's like one season. So Kareem revolutionized the game like that for me. Jordan revolutionized the game, obviously, showing that you could run offense through a shooting guard because we hadn't done that before, right?
Correct.
And he showed that you could do it that way. You could win with the shooting guard as your best player. And after that, it was only Kobe who's done it, right? Kobe?
Yeah, as a 2. Yep. 2.
Yeah.
Right? So, okay. So he revolutionized, and there's a lot more ways, but we running short on time. My point is that those guys have also revolutionized the game. So to me, I don't think Akeem was elite offensively. He was a poor playmaker. For me, if you're making the argument that Steph revolutionized the game, to me, you're going to have to make the case that it was so much more than those three that I mentioned for him to be at the table. For me.
But I think that, and I know we got to go, but I think that as far as the impact goes on all three of those revolutions, I think you're probably gonna say Steph is at the top of that as far as the climbing of the game today. I don't think that those guys, like, because it's just not a lot of people that's able to do what those guys were doing. Like you can try to imitate what Steph is doing, because shooting it doesn't require some of the stuff that the athleticism and stuff that the other guys that we named have. So I just think that his impact on the game as far as revolutionizing it is just it's higher, and I think it's a lot higher, honestly.
Dr. J was a small forward. Do we have any other thoughts before we go? We've been up here a long ass time.
Nah, we good, man. It's been a great show, man. Good show. Good, very informative.
Thank you to everybody who tuned in. We'll let y'all know if we have a Sunday episode, because that's Christmas Eve. Y'all stay locked in with us, man. Tell your family, tell your friends, subscribe to the Number Streets podcast. For stretching his absence, Damo the Disciple. Okay, Katie, that's a good topic. We'll talk about that.
Caitlin Clark. That's it. Not talking about nobody else.
That's probably how it's been revolutionized. Because anyway,
right, that's it.
Stop. For Damo the Disciple, stretching his absence, Hollywood Mike, I'm Statman AT. Y'all be easy.
Peace.